Sports, we're back. Week 3 of high school football. Fear not, though, as you haven't missed much, and the majority of the season is still to come. Today we have the junior Superior Heights Steelhawks with a record of 1-1 facing off against the undefeated Korah Colts, defending junior NASA champions.
Superior to receive.
Looks like Superior is set to receive, and I will tell you to look deep at their receivers, but also keep your eyes on number 53 Dominic Ryan. Prominent in the return game last week. Looks like
I believe Eli Coldwater back all the way on the 5.
The kick for the Colts.
For the
Coldwater
Steelhawks.
And Thorburn.
Nolan Cadere
Back
to
to
kick
the
off.
Steelhawks.
And we're underway with week 3, folks.
Short kick.
Fielded again by Dominic Ryan. Follows some blocks. Nice.
Dominic Ryan takes it.
That's number 19.
38, 39-yard line.
Enzo Gonzalez. And also, I'm joined here by my good friend Liam for today's game.
How's it going, everyone? So we got a good matchup here between the Colts and the Steelhawks. The Steelhawks are known for more of throwing the ball around the yard, and then we got the Colts with a very good ground and pound game. So it's going to be interesting to see which style of offense comes out on top here today.
First and 10 Superior from the
This is definitely the air-to-ground battle, but you know, don't count out Superior Heights' run game back there with Noah Lesession. Looks like they're coming out in a heavy set with a tight end on the line. Joseph under center. He does hand it off to Lesession.
Nick Joseph, quarterback for
number 33 and 29 for the Colts.
Hands it off. Good hard run.
Nate Grangs and Nicholas Matilla.
That'll be about 2nd and 7 here. That was a nice lead block from Ryan Dominic leading up the A-gap.
Dominic, definitely one of the premier players for the Steelhawks.
Noah Lesession, number
Stepping up
52.
and having a big role
With
offense,
the
defense,
carry,
special
gain of
teams.
about 3
You're
yards.
going to hear his name a lot today, as well as number 7, Nick Joseph, who's under center. Hands it off there to Dominic Ryan, who gets to the outside, but is hit hard by number 4, Martino Cacciamilio. What a hit on the play. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 5.
Fantastic read there from Cacciamilio, just reading the reverse, not falling for the fake, and it's going to set up 3rd and medium for the Steelhawks, who are most likely going to have to punt this football away.
Yeah, absolutely. Cacciamilio definitely one of the premier players on that side, and as we are in 4-down football here for the junior league, they will have 2 more attempts.
Did not know that.
It looks like they managed to draw the Colts offside.
A little bit of movement.
Nice hard count there by Joseph Nick.
Perfect, thank you.
By the looks of things, that is going to set up an automatic 1st down for the Steelhawks, or it'll be 3rd and very short.
So that'll be offside, 5-yard penalty, and an automatic 1st down.
And, okay, that is enough for a Steelhawks 1st down. Nick Joseph and the Hawks marching already with the ball, looking pretty stellar out there. Colts defense had a big game last week, shutting out the St. Mary's Knights. Joseph remaining under center in that double tight wing set. Double wing as well. A little bit of misdirection. Lesession up the middle.
Nice misdirection.
Good gain of 4 on the play. That's going to set up 2nd and 6.
That was a nice gang tackle there by the Colts, swarming around the ball carrier and setting up a 2nd and about 6 here.
First for the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts have had that dominant offensive.
Good for 4-yard. Wait.
Well, looks like they're going to bring it back a yard. It'll make it 2nd
3-yard
and 7.
gain. 2nd and 7.
Good play there, but it looked like that was number 93, Lucas Young, prominent player out of the Sioux Minor League this year. And Joseph under center again. Little bit of play action. He's rolling out. Hits Dominic Ryan on the run. He's got some room. Gets him for the 1st down. Brought down again by Cacciamilio. Another good play by him.
Yeah, that was great play action there by the Steelhawks, setting up after that 1st down play of the play action, and then obviously Cacciamilio really wrapping him up low there and making his 2nd nice play of the series here.
Yeah, there, Joseph showing himself out in the quarterback game as what I would say is maybe the most talented one with the ball in the air. Let's see what else he can make happen here today as the Steelhawks have 1st and 10 on their own 45. Joseph under center, hands off to Lesession, bounces it outside, breaks a tackle, looks back in. Thomas Riley trying to push the pile.
Nice job there by Lesession, really pushing the pile, gaining those extra couple yards.
He's finally brought down by number 81 for the Colts.
We have an injury timeout.
Dale Felice. Looks like we unfortunately do have a player down on the field. We're back. Lucas Young able to walk off under his own power. That's always good to see. It's going to be 2nd and 8 here for the Steelhawks, and you can assume they're going to stay in that big, heavy run set.
Yeah, I
they do.
wouldn't be surprised if we see another play action here from the Steelhawks on 2nd and long.
Well, looks like they're just going to put it in the trusty hands of Ryan, who has room to the outside. He's got a blocker ahead of him. Goes inside. A big gain of about 15 yards. Nice chase down tackle by number 39. Or is that 38? No, it's 39. We do not have a name here. I'm going to assume that's Jake Damiani. As my roster, he's listed as 38. It's going to set up another first down for the Steelhawks, who are marching quite prominently on what is regarded as a strong Colts defense.
We were talking about early on before the drive started how much of a pass attack they were, and they've been really just pounding it on the ground here. So it's a different looking start here for the Steelhawks, but just as effective.
Joseph under center. Opens up, fake. It's Lecession up the middle. Zachary Cataba with the big play for the Colts. Holding Lecession to some short yardage. Lecession in the summer, a big contributor to the Sioux minor league.
Yeah, that was great run penetration there by the Colts, really bunching up the middle, really nowhere to go there. So 2nd and long here, and we'll see if the Steelhawks change out of their formation. I doubt they will, but we'll see if they go to a little something different.
With the Steelhawks staying in the double tight set, they're going to go spread right. Joseph rolling out to his right. Hits Dominic Ryan, who's hit behind the line. It's back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. Wonderful play. Trying to get the number on the tackle. Looks like number 32. That's Connor Williamson with a great tackle for the Colts.
That was great, great low tackle on a guy that can definitely run through you if he wanted to, and he held him off long enough for another Colts defender to come in and keep him to behind the sticks here. So.
Yeah, you know, I think the Colts are starting to realize that to win this game, they're going to have to shut down Dominic Ryan. And it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center.
Yeah, that's going to be some movement.
Got flags fly immediately. It's probably going to be an offside or a false start penalty here. We'll have to see what the referees signal.
It's looking like false start.
Looks like a timeout is called by the Steelhawks. And we'd like to take this time to give an early thanks to our sponsors. This year, Algoma, or sorry, I'll start. Huron Catholic District School Board, Algoma District School Board, freeze frame photos by Bob Davies, Wendy's of Sault Ste. Marie, NCC Pro Shop, Team Essentials, O'Sullivan Funeral Home, Culligan of SSM, Joanne and Jason, Sue Pee Wee Pro Shop, Gus Pizza, Century 21 J Team of Joanne and Jason, Algoma Family Services, and True North Radio. But yeah, you know, absolutely wonderful game here so far. And it looks like that's going to be a false start against the Steelhawks as they're backed up 5 more yards. It's going to be 3rd and 17 for them. But wonderful game in the air so far by the Steelhawks, and the Colts here with a big defensive opportunity.
Yeah, that's a critical penalty there. You're 3rd and 12 manageable, and you push the sticks back just a little bit further just to kind of worsen your chance at points here, which is unfortunate for the Steelhawks. But let's see if they make something happen here.
Joseph opens up, hands it to Clowater, who's got room. Clowater to the outside, one man to beat. He goes to the edge, and he's got it. First down, Steelhawks.
Gets to the outside, goes downfield for about 22 yards. First down.
That's Lucas
Inside the 10 of Korah.
Good run by Eli Clowater.
Clowater had room for days there. That had so much. You could drive a truck through that hole on the outside.
Yeah, once again, another block out by Dominic Ryan. Continues to be a force in this game with the ball in his hands, and Clowater really taking a step up this year as more of the lightning for that Steelhawks offense. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Joseph remaining under center.
A little bit of stick issues over there.
You know, it's unfortunate we don't have height and weights here as Nick Joseph towers over the rest of his offensive line. I assume standing at about 6'4". A little bit of motion from Dominic Ryan. They go to Lesession up the middle. Falls for a gain of maybe 4 or 5. Brought down by Matilla and Kabir.
That was a nice tackle there, but tackle by Matilla, saving 6.
Yeah, big dog in the middle. No Lesession, hard man to bring down. The Colts have made it happen all day. Kudos to them for being able to shut down the run up the middle. It's going to be 2nd, and it looks like about 7 for the Steelhawks. I expect them to attack the outside again here. Ball hits the ground. Ryan managed to recover it, and he's going to be brought down behind the line by a herd of Colts.
Quick reaction there.
Again.
That was quick reaction by Dominic Ryan. Normally on a play like that, you don't really see who's at fault, if it's the quarterback or if it's the runner. Good play there to just pick up the ball and not lose yards.
Yeah, absolutely. Good heads-up play. Make sure that the Steelhawks retain possession. Looks like it's going to back them up. Good 3 yards, and that'll set up a 3rd and 9. Another long 3rd down, but the Steelhawks managing to keep the ball on the ground here and push forward.
Yeah, this is I imagine where we're going to see Nick Joseph air the ball out and try to get 6 on the board here.
Yeah, absolutely. With a manageable 3rd and 9 from the 10-yard line, this is where you maybe want to take a shot at an out route just inside the 5 and let one of your athletes make something happen. He's gone a couple times in the air now to Ryan. Let's see if he sticks true to that, or maybe targets number 2 out there. Anthony Charters at wide receiver.
Looks like something.
And it'll be a face mask against the Korah Colts. It's going to set up a 1st and 1 from the 1-yard line. And you know what? I think we almost know what's going to happen here. I think this is a big Lesession run for some good short yardage. Joseph under center. Opens up. Hands it to Lesession, who breaks a tackle. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelhawks.
A great opening drive for the Steelhawks. They're marching down the field, sticking to the ground, not putting the ball in harm's way, and they're going to get off to an early lead here against the undefeated Colts.
Yeah, it's a big thing to make Korah have to play from behind, and great push there by the offensive line of the Steelhawks just to be able to move the ball consistently all day. Out comes Clowater to attempt the extra point. And this is officially going to be a game. The Colts have not allowed a touchdown yet this year from what I know. Joseph with the hold. Clowater's kick is good. The Steelhawks officially build a 7-0 lead against the undefeated NASA champion Korah Colts.
We'll see how Korah responds here. I imagine more of the same of just pounding the ground, and we'll see if the Steelhawks D can stuff them up.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be a big response here from Korah. They're going to get some of their athletes going on the ground here, some misdirection, some pulling guards, and mess with that Steelhawks defense a little bit. But as we've talked about all day, it's really been the Dominic Ryan game so far on the offense for the Steelhawks, but make no mistake that he'll be out there on defense trying to shut down the opposing Korah Colts.
Yeah, and as much as we talk about the running backs having success today, it's also those big guys up front that are giving them the holes to really find it and give this team hopefully the tie here. So we'll see if the Steelhawks can stuff them up the middle, and their lines are it's going to be battle of the trenches early.
Never let the offensive line go unrecognized. Looks like it's Lesession out here to kick it away. Can't see who's back to receive. I can only assume Koch Emilio's back there. No, it's number 22.
Beautiful kicks. Ends up going out of bounds somewhere on the play.
That's going to start over at the 40.
Who's set to return, but they're going to kick it out of bounds, and I believe, yeah, that should walk it up to about the 40-yard line. Out comes that always dominant Korah offensive line. And I believe number 8, Ethan Brewer, will remain at quarterback again this game. Yeah, they're walking up towards the 40-yard line there. Let's see where the referee spotted. It might be the 35, but oh no, they're marking it at the 40, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Colts.
Big mistake there from the Steelhawks, giving the Colts great field position to start the drive, and we'll see if Korah can capitalize.
Absolutely, Korah out in their staple double tight end set.
I love that split backfield look.
Absolutely. Brewer under center. Takes the snap, opens up, hands it off to the running back who has room. Number 19 for the Steelhawks. That's Enzo Gonzalez. Enough for a first down, a gain of about 16 on the play. There he is, Dominic Ryan making the stop for the Steelhawks.
That was a great peel back block to give lots of room for that run.
Absolutely, and you know, this is going to be the story of the day, I think, is the running game for both teams is quite evident. Eli Clowater in his second year for the Steelhawks, Dominic Ryan, a dominant player on both sides. Brewer under center. Looks like
that's going to be a false start there.
Against the Colts there. Someone might have jumped early. Intended for Kuder, another big-time athlete on the Colts, one of the fastest players on the team. Defensive lineman.
It's always difficult early on in the year to get that quarterback cadence, and especially when you're trying to run up and time the snap. You see a lot of penalties early on in the year.
Of course, yeah, that's some first half of the year jitters there. It's going to back the Colts up 5, and we'll have 1st and 16.
If you're the Steelhawks here, you know it's going to be on the ground, so you got to penetrate this early, get 8 guys in the box, and
well, you know, I think that's what the Colts want, though, is they love to attack the outside, so coming into the box might be a mistake, but that box is loaded.
It's loaded.
Brewer under center, hands it off to the fullback up the middle, who's brought down.
Ball is fumbled, but he lands on it.
Thomas Riley,
number 2, Jared
80. That's Damon Sharp for the Steelhawks on the tackle. Short gain on the play.
I thought Simon McLean was going to pick that ball up, but a great play there to hop on top of it. Not.
What number is Simon? Yeah, I coached Simon in Sioux Minor football. Great kid, wonderful athlete, and you know this is his first game back today, and expect him to also have an impact on this defense. 2nd and about 14 for the Colts. Brewer under center. He hands it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez up the middle to the outside. First down, Colts.
Gonzalez
down by number 21.
16 yards downfield.
That's Gavin Entwistle with the tackle. Touchdown saving tackle. Expect a big game here from Gonzalez.
Fantastic read, bouncing that from the outside to the inside, and then he had all day to run. So great tackle there on the end of the play, but even better vision by Gonzalez to make that play happen.
Absolutely, and the Hawks defense starting to realize that loading the box might not be the call here. Wait, it looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, it looks like a hold.
A hold against Korah. Giving the Steelhawks a big opportunity. They're going to have to take care of it.
That's an unfortunate mistake by the Colts right there, giving up what started out 2nd and 15. You get a good chunk play back to push it past the chain. So unfortunate mistake, but let's see if they can recreate it all again.
Absolutely. Gonzalez with 2 big first down runs already. It's just going to back them up 5. Oh, sorry. 10,
so we have a hold
15.
on Korah. That's going to back them up 10 yards.
Or can I not count? Oh, sorry, that is only 10. Sorry. Yeah, so a hold against Korah is going to back them up 10 yards. Sets up 2nd. We're looking like about 20 yards here, maybe 25.
Early in the season for us too, Donnie.
24,
yeah.
25.
Brewer under center. He opens, hands it off to Kuder, makes a cut up the middle. He's running, he's got room, breaks a tackle, he's going. Kudere brought down
refuses to go down.
by number
Gets clear across the
15. Or is that 16?
That's Max Musil. What a tackle, but even better run. That was fantastic.
Saving tackle.
Kudere was carrying bodies with him all the way down, close to the 30.
As I said, a big time athlete for the Colts. Sets up a wonderful first down. Good vision there by Kudere, able to cut it up the middle and get the Colts into Steelhawks territory.
Yeah, I don't know how he saw his way to get up to the 30-yard line there, because I didn't see it. I saw a sea of blue jerseys, so great on Kudere to drag some bodies with him, and even better, give the Colts a first down after their mistake on first.
Absolutely. Brewer under center. Snaps the ball, hands it off. It's Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the cut. He gets to the outside. 2 men to beat. Throws a little juke move. And Ryan's not going to fall for that. Able to make a tackle after Gonzalez works for the first down. Colts.
They love that little counter towards the outside, and Gonzalez is hitting that hole nice every single time. So we got to give a little bit of love to the right tackle who's peeling that block nice.
Absolutely. The Colts able to hold the defensive line of the Steelhawks, which might I say is quite talented with Thomas Riley and Ian D'Angelo up the middle. They're definitely going to want to avoid running there and attack the outside with that running box of the Steelhawks. Looks like we're going to have another timeout called. Looks like Korah, I think it's Superior Heights again with the timeout. Maybe trying to cook something up on defense here to hold the Colts out of the end zone.
Yeah, I don't mind that timeout here. Just let your defense have a little bit of a break after 2 long runs in a row. So let those big guys up front relax, get some water in them, and then let's see if they can make a stand here on first and about 20. Well, sorry, first from the 20-yard line.
Absolutely, and it's just been a great game today by both offenses, able to generate something on the ground. You almost think the Colts might try some trickery here and maybe go to the air as they did a couple times last week for a touchdown to James Ewell from Brewer. And, in just about in the red zone here, you might look to see that happen again, or they could lean on one of the reliables. Kudere and Gonzalez have been great so far this game.
If I'm the Colts, I'm giving it right back to Gonzalez, and I'm hitting that right hole hard.
Absolutely. It's not a bad call. Looks like they bring out... Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking they might set up in a little bit of a thinner set here with some help to the outside, but looks like all the Hawks are going to stay in the box and try and play it from there.
A little audible at the line there.
Brewer under center. It's a pitch to the outside. That's Jaron Caldema. He's brought down Dominic Ryan. That's Simon McLean.
Comes out almost
a big tackle.
Player on the field.
Looks like we do have another injured Colt down on the field, and we're going to go to a slight injury timeout. We'll see you all in a little bit. All right, looks like that's the tight end for the Colts. I believe that's number 50, Kalen Nels, another standout talent from the Sioux Minor League this year. Able to walk off a little bit under his own power. He's got some assistance there from the coaches, but good to see that he's okay. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Colts after a wonderful stop from Dominic Ryan. And it looks like Brewer's going to be under center again.
Yeah, we'll see if the Colts attack that right side after losing their tight end there. So.
All right, after all is said and done, it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Brewer under center for the Colts, 2nd and 11. Opens, hands it off to Gonzalez, who finds a hole, and Gonzalez with great speed. One man to beat to the outside, slips a tackle. Touchdown!
There it was, that run to the Gonzalez right on the right side. Had nothing but daylight. Great response drive from Korah.
Absolutely, Korah able to march, and regardless of the penalties they were taking, able to turn a new leaf and put themselves on the board here to tie up the Steelhawks. Extra point. After the extra point, we'll see if they're tied up with the Steelhawks. Now that I said that, they're going to miss the extra point.
Do you believe in the announcer jinx there, Donnie?
I do. I did it last week. It was terrible. I felt awful.
I'm not superstitious like that. I don't believe in the jinx.
Kudare on to attempt the kick.
It's up. Kick is good. We got ourselves a tie.
Game tied 7-7. Wonderful run there by Enzo Gonzalez. Puts the Colts in the end zone. And ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a high-scoring matchup here today.
Yeah, Simon McLean was screaming from the edge there. I thought he might have been able to get a hand on it. In a way, I'm glad he didn't, just because then I would have made me eat my words with the announcer jinx.
Yeah, and the thing is I think the Steelhawks are starting to pay a little bit with this loaded box here. They've got, I think, 9 players in the box, and it just starts to eat away at you when all you got to do is sprint sideline to sideline, and your guys are going to get tired, and then that's when they'll attack you up the middle is when you're expecting it the least. So they've got to spread that box out a little bit here if they want any hope at being able to stop that Colts dominant run game.
Yeah, it's been to that same play to Enzo Gonzalez, and when you have a guy like Gonzalez in space, you got to get a hand on him early, or he's going to get the afterburners turned on, and it's going to be a big game for the Colts every time. So the Steelhawks need to spread out a little bit and protect the outside and then collapse to the middle.
Absolutely, I agree. And looks like it's going to be Clowater and Thorburn again back to field for the Steelhawks. Should be Kudare out to kick. Don't count out Dominic Ryan, who's sitting a little low there, but looks like he's walking up as an attempt to maybe get one of the speedier guys a shot at a return here and maybe lay a big game-changing block. Kudare's kick is up. Fielded. Oh, off the hands of Thorburn, who picks it up, makes his way to the outside, cuts back, and he's brought down. That looked like, oh, the ball comes out.
Thorburn takes it back to about the 50.
It looked like the Steelhawks jumped on top of that.
It is recovered by the
Somebody
Steelhawks,
to your right, so it'll be 1st and 10.
I believe that was
the field as it's now.
for the Colts, Nick Atherton with the forced fumble, and it's going to set up the Steelhawks inside their own 15. That's some quite punishing field position there.
Almost a game-changing play right off the kickoff there. That would have been after a great response drive and then a turnover. That would have been massive momentum for the Colts. So the Steelhawks are lucky that not holding on to the football didn't cause dividend there.
Oh, hold on. Looks like something's... Oh,
End of the quarter.
That's the last play of the first quarter. Okay, so we're going to flip side 2, ladies and gentlemen. Then they'll start on your left-hand side of the screen. Yeah, you're good. Joseph and the Steelhawks out for 1st and 10. Colts looking to keep them out of the end zone and further build on their momentum.
Well, Donnie, beautiful day for football.
It is a wonderful day for football. You know, this late in September, you might think it might be sweater weather here in Sault Ste. Marie, but we're able to keep the T-shirts on today and enjoy some great high school games. Another awesome matchup coming later this evening between the senior Colts and senior Steelhawks, who are both, at the moment, undefeated. And keep your eyes and ears open for tomorrow, where the senior Knights and senior Wolverines, who both have yet to take home a win this season, also face off. So keep your eyes out there on number 4, the outside linebacker, Cachamilio, Lucas Young, fortunately for the Colts, back in the game. And notice how the Colts are almost a little more spread out than the Steelhawks here, but they do have 5 on the line. Joseph under center.
All right, 12 minutes on the clock.
Opens, hands it off. Lecession with a hole. He goes to the outside. Tries to run.
Lecession goes 8-9 yards downfield. We do have a flag on the play.
Chase Albury with the tackle. A big interception last game.
Chase Albury with the eventual tackle.
Looks like we got a bit of laundry out there on the field. That was a great cut by Lecession, but we'll see if this stands. This might be a hold.
Yeah, it looks like this is I'm not sure what the refs are signaling here.
Yeah, looks like it's coming back.
It is going to come back. Looks like it is going to be a penalty against the Steelhawks. And it's back 10. That is a hold.
Probably be on the 4 there.
Here. Starting inside the 5-yard line is not ideal, but we know these teams both have the speed and play calling to be able to get out of a situation like this.
So that's against the Superior Heights. It's going to back them up all the way inside their 5-yard line. 1st and 20.
Yeah, it could be 1st and anything. It doesn't matter with these two teams. They can run all over the place.
Absolutely. Coldwater and Gonzalez both with huge gains today. Joseph under center. He hands it off. Dominic Ryan tries to slip a tackle. Can't get away from him. Lucas Young sets the edge for the Colts. Big stop there. Gain of
Lucas Young with the eventual tackle.
Fantastic penetration by Lucas Young. Not necessarily bringing him down right away, but letting his defenders come swarm him. Because, I mean, Ryan's a big dude. He can run right through him. So great job there by.
Yeah, good job there by Lucas Young. Nice heads-up play, as you said. Being able to slow offensive runner down sometimes is more than tackling them. Sets up a 2nd and long here for the Steelhawks. Expect them to go to Coldwater or possibly the air. Oh, yeah, Joseph drops back, rolls out,
Dangerous.
Airs it out, off the hands of Damon Sharp. There's a flag in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be roughing the passer.
Damon Sharp. We do have a flag deep in the end zone.
What a crucial play there by the Colts for roughing the passer, as I want to see here on the replay.
Yeah, he gets creamed. Looks like that's going to be roughing the passer there against the Colts. Pass intended again for Sharp, falls incomplete, but I believe
so that's roughing the passer against Korah.
As an unnecessary roughness, it will be a 1st down automatically up 15 from the former spot.
That's such a tough play for a defender. Guy's rolling out. He's in the end zone. You're antsy for his safety, and to call roughing the passer on it, what it looked like to be a pretty clean hit.
Yeah, that is a very impactful call, and we just got to trust our referees today, but it's going to set up another interesting drive here as the Steelhawks will have a fresh set of downs, and the Colts now got to reel themselves in a little bit and look for a way to bring this home.
Again, in this game where we've seen penalties come into play, and then the other team just makes a penalty by themselves and basically negates the penalty that the Steelhawks took. So it's
they're starting to become quite prominent, but let's see if the teams can clean up. Joseph under center. Opens up, hands to Lecession, who's met in the backfield by several Colts. It's Young again with the big tackle against his former teammate. Looks like Kuder also in there on the action.
Yeah, Lucas Young slipped this block immediately and there was nowhere for Lecession to go. That was a great play by Lucas Young.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a dominant force now, growing into his role on this starting offense here for the Colts. It's going to be 2nd, and it looks like about 13 for the Steelhawks. Joseph
loss of about 3 yards. 2nd and 13.
Opens up. He's rolling out to his left or his right. He elects to keep it, and he's hawked.
Joseph tries to get downfield.
More laundry on the field.
Ryan, and I think that's what drew that flag there. Looks like a little bit of frustration here in some of the Colts players.
That was a great play, screaming off the edge. No, it's going to be blocking the back there on the Steelhawks.
It is. Dominic Ryan with the
so that's a block in the back on Superior Heights, and that'll back them up.
It's going to back them up, and it'll be 2nd and even longer now. Back to about that 2nd and 25 territory. They're back near the 5-yard line, and this has just been an ugly game for penalties.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't decline that, to be honest, because they would have kept them to 3rd and quite long. So
well, they know the attack there with Clowater is definitely prominent. So maybe they want to push them back as far as they can and force another pass situation, which the Colts were able to defend.
That's 10-yard penalty. We'll repeat second down.
yeah, the Colts did a good job setting the edge there when Joseph was scrambling towards the right. So maybe you're right. Maybe they want to keep him to a passing down. Me personally, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I want to see that third down and trust my defense to make a play.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I might have done as well. But you know, and I do know that Klooster and the Steelhawks offense do have a spread formation, and you almost ask yourself if this is where you would want to explore that possibility. But remaining in the heavy double tight set, Joseph will remain under center. Let's see if the offensive line here can be set up a nice pocket. And they go to LeSession on the ground, who's able to find a hole, but
LeSession, right off tackle,
Emilio
gets to both the 10-yard line before being
That was a good lead block there by Dominic Ryan. LeSession hit the hole, but the Colts just better defense. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to that defensive line. They won their battle in the trenches, and it's going to set up third and very, very long here for the Steelhawks.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what looks like's happening here. The Steelhawks unable to attack the middle with the Colts. Dominant defensive line, as you stated so far today. It's going to be third and almost 20 for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center. Hands off again to LeSession, who's met in the backfield for a massive TFL.
Looks like it's going to be offside here.
Let's get some names on that. Looks like James Ewell
set up
with
fourth
the
and long.
big tackle for the Colts defensive line.
Another flag, though, Donnie.
You do have a penalty. Might be procedure against the offense.
Looks like an illegal procedure.
I would decline it. You got more yards on the tackle.
Yeah, you got to decline this all day. Set up fourth, set up a punt here for your...
You don't even take a punt here. This is like taking knee territory. You're buried.
You're far back.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be fourth down for the Steelhawks.
Yeah, we're thinking safety here.
I assume that's what's going to happen. Yeah, but the offense is out and anything's possible. Joseph in the gun.
Can't imagine them putting this ball in the air. No way.
Joseph
Yeah, no, there he goes.
And yeah, there he goes into the end zone for the very smart safety.
Spear Heights concedes the safety.
Great stop there by the Colts after building some momentum on their last drive, then now building more momentum for their offense coming into this drive. So set them up for the lead, and hopefully we see a decent drive here with not as many penalties.
And you know, you can almost say that the Steelhawks put themselves in that terrible field position with the amount of penalties that were just taken. Let's see if the Colts can maybe clean up their act a bit and push the ball clean down the field here.
You love to move the ball. You don't like to move it based off penalties for either side.
Absolutely.
You got to clean up those simple mistakes of false start, illegal block in the back, illegal procedure. That's stuff you clean up in practice early in the week. So we'll see if both teams can kind of get their stuff together right now.
Well, you know, this is going to be a big set of downs here for the Steelhawks as Thomas Riley and Dominic Ryan make their way down the defensive side of the field here for them. And, you know, you've just gotten your rest and you got a first down on the 35-yard line. They've got a long field to drive, and you need a similar shutout type stop here from the defense.
Yeah, I'm expecting them to be more spread out this drive. You can't really come and try to repeat the same thing when the Colts dominated you with Enzo Gonzalez. So,
absolutely.
no, it looks like they're still stacking that box with 8 or 9 guys in the middle there.
2 points is applied to the Korah, but they also have the ball on their own 35, first and 10.
Colts open up, they hand it to Gonzalez, who's hammered in the backfield by Thomas Riley. Huge play there.
That was
number 5. Riley Maj also in on the tackle.
Thomas Riley was coming already, just read the play immediately off the line of scrimmage, sent a little edge blitz there, and completely wrapped up Enzo Gonzalez. Gonzalez had nowhere to go, and that's a huge first down stop there by the Steelhawks.
That might not have been Gonzalez. That might have been Alex Farrell. I can't see who's there right now.
Brewer under center for the Colts.
Blakeland in number 22. Yeah, who is still in the
Flag
game.
still on us immediately.
Another flag.
Fly off the hop. Looks like it's going to be a false start or an offside.
I'll start on the offense. Another penalty by Korah.
Wow, that's going to back them up and set up a second. And looks like about 16 or 17 yards.
That'll be procedure against Korah. That'll back them up 5 more yards.
Second and 15 here.
This is exactly what the Steelhawks were looking for, an opportunity to pin the Colts deep. Let's see how they respond on this play. Brewer opens up, hands it to Kuder, who gets some yardage before being brought down by Simon.
38-39 yard line before being brought down.
The original line of scrimmage.
Nice play there by Cruz Moreno, just wrapping him up and nowhere to go. Could not drive Cruz anywhere. This is where you want to be if you're the Steelhawks. With this run-heavy offense of the Colts, you want them 3rd and 10 and force your defense to come up and make a stop here.
Absolutely. This is a big opportunity here for the Steelhawks, and they've got to stop them, I would say, short of a 5-yard gain, or the Colts will go for it. They open up, they hand off the reverse, and it's Kuder. He gets to the outside. 1 man to beat, he beats him.
Reverse to Kuder. He's going to take it all the way to the house. We do have a flag on the play.
This might be coming back.
End zone signaling a touchdown. Wonderful run by Kuder, but looks like this one might be coming back.
I love that play call there, Donnie. That double reverse on 3rd and 10. If you want to stick to the ground game, mix it up a little bit. It was a fantastic play call. Unfortunately, it looks like it's coming back due to a hold.
Yeah, another staple play by the Colts, but you know what? It's going to set up 3rd now and 20. Looks like they're talking to Ryan down on the field. Looks like he might just be walking back down in the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure what's happening.
What is going on here?
Setting the ball. Looks like the touchdown will stand.
The official pointed 3rd down, so it made me think it was a hold on Korah.
I don't know.
It is. It's a hold on Korah. So it should be 3rd and about 20 here for Korah coming back.
Yeah, you know, the Colts setting up their extra.
That's holding against Korah.
Yeah, just another mental error from Korah, another mistake.
Yeah, and Kuder there.
So that's going to negate the run and the
an
touchdown.
extra point as he just worked hard to get about 70 yards downfield, and you know it's going to come back, and he's going to have to try and do it again with what is now a 3rd and 20 for the Colts.
And we're talking about these mistakes and these penalties and all of this. These kids are young; they're still learning to play football. Some of these kids, it's their first year, so again, penalties happen. It's just important to know when to clean it up.
Yeah,
right? So it'll be 3rd and about 20 here for Korah. I'm curious to see what they bring out here. If it's going to be another end around, or I'm curious if we'll see the fake double reverse.
I think this is passing down territory for the Colts, as they know how crucial it is here to keep the ball in possession, or we might see the first official punt of the game. So yeah, keep your eyes on the receivers there. James Ewell, and it looks like number 39. I think that's Dan Yanni. That might also be Matillo.
So 3rd long now for the Colts.
Backfield, Brewer under center. Opens, fakes the handoff. Sure thing, he is trying to pass. Pass rush coming.
Brewer likes to keep it. He gets back to the original line of
Pushed out of
scrimmage.
bounds by
Actually run out of bounds, remember. 55.
Nice play by Cruz Moreno again this drive. That's a difficult throw to try to make Brewer to grab.
Steelhawks one's on the other side. That's McLean. But yeah, they got him on the wrong sides now. It's a little misleading, but yeah, it's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Colts, and yeah, here comes the punt unit for the first punt of the game, and the Steelhawks respond on defense and force a possible turnover.
Yeah,
looks like the Steelhawks are just going to
6:20 remaining
look, dropping
Those
McLean.
up here, clear note that the pizzas are right if anybody's hungry.
Back to return.
I like the play call. I like forcing your quarterback to make a rollout and hit the corner route. I just would have preferred if Brewer scrolled out to his right for his throw inside rather than make him flip his hips and try to force it towards the sideline.
Kuder, the punter for the Colts. Nice boot. Bounces. Fielded by Entwistle. He looks up the middle.
Nice little kick, number 21, Davin Entwistle. He's in almost immediately.
Connor Williamson, second tackle of the game.
Yeah, Williamson made sure he was going absolutely nowhere, almost picking him up and suplexing him.
Yeah, as much as that is a flag, those are fun tackles to see. The Steelhawks going to get another opportunity here with much better field position. Hopefully we can stay out of the penalty game and have a good drive here, possibly get some more points on the board before the end of the half.
Yeah, it's a big drive here for the Steelhawks with about 6 minutes remaining. Get down, score, and then set your team up with decent position here towards the end of the half and even into the second half.
1st and 10 for the Steelhawks from the 39-yard line. Joseph Understeiner in the double tight heavy set, the session in the back. Opens up, hands off, the sweep to Clowater. Clowater to the outside.
Little misdirection. Clowater gets him 3 or 4 yards downfield. He's going to be taken out by Cochamilio.
It'll remain Steelhawks.
Ball comes out of bounds.
2 on the play.
Still Superior Heights ball.
Yeah.
2nd and 8.
Great play there by Martino Cochamilio, really recognizing that it's going to be a reverse, and Clowater almost got to the edge of Cochamilio. Again, putting his hand where the football is, forcing a fumble, unfortunately for the Colts, towards the boundary, but great read there by Cochamilio.
And yeah, as you said, with all this misdirection from both teams, it takes a lot as a defender to stay home. And Cochamilio and the rest of the Colts able to do that quite well here tonight.
2nd and 8.
Center opens up, hands it to Lesession. Fights to the outside, is brought down.
Gets to 7 yards before being brought down.
I think it's going to be a legal procedure here on the Steelhawks,
39-yard line.
just based off of where that flag is.
Also, looks like
nope,
it's going to go
offside.
against the Colts. I deny it. You just got 6 yards anyways with the nice run from Lesession.
Oh, false start on.
Oh, they are going to say that against the Steelhawks. That'll back them up 5 and we'll move second down. 2nd and 13 now. One of Lesession's bigger runs of the day.
Yeah, if you're the Colts, you want to make sure Lesession doesn't get to the second level here, because when he gets to the second level and he's got a head full of steam, he's very tough to bring down in the open field.
Absolutely.
You want to get a hand on him at the line.
He is a total tank, and as you said, he is tough to bring down. Same goes for one number higher there, Ryan Dominic, but let's see what they do here. Joseph under center, he opens. They go to Dominic. The misdirection even got me. Dominic bouncing off of defenders.
Dominic Ryan gets around the end, refuses to go down, makes it to about the 40-41-yard line.
Yeah, Lucas Young's going to get called here for a horse collar tackle. He just got his name right above the numbers and just kind of yanked him back. So that'll be 15 here for the Steelhawks.
And that'll set him up with another automatic 1st down as well, officially marching the ball past the original line to gain.
And we're waiting for the official signal here. This is looking like it's going to be.
That's not good. Another penalty comes out.
So is it face mask or is it?
Wow. And it looks like the Steelhawks are going to be taking quite the walk.
So we have a horse collar tackle against Korah, and we also have objectionable conduct against Korah. Those penalties are stackable, and that's going to move Superior Heights right down the field
A total
in
of
score
30
territory.
yards and penalties against the Colts. That's really unfortunate and not what you want to see. Setting the Steelhawks up to possibly take back the lead before the half is not ideal.
You can't give up that obstructional conduct penalty there, especially after get up a horse collar tackle, which is automatically 15 yards.
The worst part is I think that may have been on the Steelhawks bench, which is really unfortunate. But let's see how they can, on the Colts bench, my apologies. Joseph under center. Opens up, he hands it to Lesession, who's got a hole. He gets to that secondary.
Lesession gets it outside. Brought up, I believe that was Cochamilio on the far side.
One of the only, to call him
Say about
undersized guys.
11, 12 yards and the 1st down.
But Lesession gaining enough for the Steelhawks 1st down, and they are officially rolling.
Yeah, busted right up that A-gap. Lesession, head full of steam. Great play by Cochamilio to come across the field and save 6.
Yeah, Lesession definitely able to turn on the Jets once he gets to that secondary. So really fortunate to be able to stop him before he can get anywhere. And it's going to be a first down for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center. He opens up, rolls out to his left, and there's nobody there. He's thrown out of bounds by Cochamilio, but
Nice
they're
little
going to
fake.
call it a
Joseph
late
goes
hit.
around the end for a few yards. Hit
And
by
that's going to
Cochamilio
lock
and
up
bounce.
the
So the flag
Steelhawks
comes
even
out.
further after the already 4 to 5 yard gain by Joseph.
Yeah, another penalty that you just can't take in that spot of the field. Joseph was going out of bounds, and Cochamilio saw red, and it wasn't egregious. It was just he was out of bounds, and you can't shove him, especially you can't shove the quarterback out of bounds like that. So that'll be 15 yards there for the Steelhawks, setting them up in prime field position to end the half here.
Yeah, that'll officially put them, looks like, into the red zone. And the Steelhawks here looking like they have a large opportunity to punch this one in. The Colts definitely going to have a little bit of a disappointing halftime as
After the penalty applied, that's going to take
the amount of
Superior Heights inside the 15 to about the 12.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear similar discussions in both huddles at half of cleaning up the simple stuff. No holding, no illegal block in the back, no illegal procedure. That just basic football stuff that they're going to hammer home at half.
Absolutely. And the Steelhawks remaining in their dominant heavy set. Joseph under center. A little bit of motion from Dominic. Joseph opens up, hands it to Lesession, who's met
Possession
the
handles
line.
immediately as he gets the ball. He's brought down.
Defenders for some short yardage.
Fantastic read there by Korah, knowing where that ball was going. They saw Dominic Ryan sneaking up a little bit to the line of scrimmage, and it kind of broadcasted where this play was going.
Absolutely, that'll give it away a little bit for you. Looks like the Colts go with some substitution here.
Young fan was pretty excited about that play.
Yeah, I guess so. Sets up second and long, looks like about 9 yards for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center. Expect possibly Clowater here.
I wouldn't mind.
Joseph rolling out again. Tucks it. Just gets some sure
Joseph keeps it again.
That's fantastic coverage by Korah down the field.
Right
Anthony
now,
Charters was screaming towards the corner here, and just great coverage on the outside.
Absolutely. You might almost want to see them roll
Okay,
out to
1 yard, half,
Joseph's
2 yards, second
right
down.
side. Possibly set up Ryan for a reception there. The receiver out to the strong side of the field. Looks like they're also going to sub off Clowater. In comes Chase Thorburn. Another speedier talent there for the Steelhawks. It's going to be 3rd and about 9. And, you know, just to remind everybody that even taking the field goal here puts you up at the half. Joseph under center. He rolls out to his right. He's got somebody wide open. It's a complete pass to Chase Thorburn.
Nice little
Goes out
pass to
around
Chase
5
Thorburn.
yard
He hauls it in.
It's going to set up 4th and very short for the Steelhawks,
Showing your hands at the
and I would go for it.
Yeah, I would too. That's a great play by Nick Joseph, scrolling out to his left like we were talking about, making a difficult throw. But again, Thorburn, good grab, trying to fight for the sticks there. Again, scrolling out to your left, even in the NFL, is it's a much more difficult throw than scrolling out to your right and throwing on the run. So I would love to see the Steelhawks scroll out to the right there and let Nick Joseph air it out a little bit more.
Absolutely. It's going to be 4th and, I think, 3 here from the 5 yard line. Steelhawks.
Yeah, the chains are still in place, so it's not quite in goal yet, but 4th and 3, big play upcoming here.
Okay, 4th down, sorry.
A little confusion where the refs are spotting this ball.
It looks like they're having a little discussion here. Looks like they figured everything out and we're all set to go.
Yeah.
Oh, the Steelhawks select to keep the offense on. They are going to go for it.
Love it.
This is where you expect the little Clowater play here, because he can run it to the end zone here. They're on the left hash, and that's exactly who do they go to? Clowater.
They try to get Clowater. He does not get it.
A first down.
Wow, great call there, Donnie. Right on the edge to Clowater, fighting for the sticks.
That's first and goal.
He did get it.
It is a first and goal now for the Steelhawks, and you know, this is what we talked about last time they were on the 1 yard line. This is almost automatic territory for that up front offensive line in Lacession, so expect them to look there, or possibly the Nick Joseph quarterback sneak is with a wingspan like that, he can almost reach into the end zone from here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Dominic Ryan shift over to the left here and lead block for Lacession.
Absolutely, that's a good call there, Liam. And there it is, Ryan motions left, they hand it off, Lacession up the middle. There is a flag down.
We got a massive landing going back and forth, but we got a flag on the play.
By the Colts defensive line, able to hold Lacession out of the end zone.
That was a great play there to stuff up the middle. They must have saw what we saw prior.
Absolutely, and you know, it happened once, they weren't going to let it happen again, and in comes some more help with Zachary Katava coming into the game. And you know what, with the short game he's had on it so far, you might almost see a Nick Joseph rollout play here and just have him elect to keep it and get into the end zone as that box is completely stacked.
Little Cam Newton jumping over the pile here.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat. So it looks like it was offside on Korah, so that's going to move the ball up like maybe a half inch. So that's even more of a chance for Nick Joseph here to punch it in if he wants to.
We'll just expect them to run the same play again. Lacession able to get that short yardage with Ryan up front lead blocking for him. Definitely on the table for what we can see here.
You might even see them just hand it right off to Dominic Ryan.
Absolutely.
You might just see the quick handoff. Looks like they're discussing something. Not quite sure what they're discussing, but
yeah, I'm not sure. A little bit of confusion on our end here from what's going on. Referees chatting it up, trying to get to the bottom of this.
I'm curious if there was 2 fouls on the play. I'm curious if there was 2 flags. So we saw one for sure on the far side here, closer to us. From what it looks like they're talking about if the Steelhawks are gonna.
Well, you know what? While they're doing this, we'll take another chance just before the half to thank our sponsors. The Huron Superior Catholic District School Board and Algoma District School Board is back again to support the league. Freeze-frame photos by Bob Davies, Wendy's of Sault Ste. Marie, the NCC Pro Shop, Team Essentials, O'Sullivan Funeral Home, Culligan of Sault Ste. Marie, Joanne and Jason, Sue Pee-wee Pro Shop, Gus's Pizza, Century 21 J-Team of Joanne and Jason, Algoma Family Services, and True North Radio.
Lots of sponsors, but you know what sounds delicious? Gus's Pizza. Gus's Pizza sounds fantastic.
On the goal line, the Steelhawks motion Ryan. They go back to Lacession, who's got a huge hole, and he's in the
touchdown, Steelhawks!
Touchdown of the day. Lacession undeniable from that 1 yard line. And the Steelhawks officially back in the lead here today.
Yeah, if you're good at something, stick to it, right? Bread and butter. Why fix what ain't broke? And Lacession's been dominant on the goal line all day today. Another great lead block there from Dominic Ryan. So those 2 have been a key factor to down in this red zone success for the Steelhawks.
Yeah, you know, it's been a great game today by both offenses, but if it were for a lack of penalties, I think there'd be a lot more points on the board at this point in the game.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one there, Donnie. It's unfortunate how many penalties we've had, but it looks like the Steelhawks are going to line up to go for 2 here. Try to make this a 15-9 game.
You know, I expect Joseph to maybe look to the air, and he does. He's rolling out. He's got to get some positive yardage. He cuts it up, and Nick Joseph's into the end zone.
Going for 2.
The Steelhawks are on the board
Joseph
for 2 more. That's officially going to put them at a lead of 15-9, up 6 on the Colts.
Great little naked bootleg there, and Joseph found the edge, made a nice cut back to the middle, and ultimately it's going to make it a 6-point game. And in junior football, 6 points, you're relying on that extra point to take the lead. Anything can happen.
Absolutely, they're trying to
59
clean up
Steelhawks.
a little bit of a safety there that they gave to the Colts earlier. So expect the Steelhawks, if they get in the end zone again, to possibly go for 2 a second time.
We'll see what Korah can do here to to hope maybe end the half here and put some points up on the board. I expect to see a lot of Enzo Gonzalez trying to get to the outside, get out of bounds. We'll see if the Steelhawks again shift more to that outside the box kind of look as they did last drive.
And you know what? This could possibly even be passing down territory for the Colts here. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. They're definitely going to want to try and attack the air and close them that distance as fast as they can before opening up that run game.
Cochamilio and Eula back there. Let's see if we get a nice return out of this one. Hopefully no flags.
Hopefully not. Lecession out to kick it away for the Steelhawks. Colts looking to set up a big return, give themselves some good field position for the response drive. Looks like they target Cochamilio. He feels the kick at the 20-yard line. He's up to the 30, tries to bounce it around a defender. He does. He cuts it upfield, runs past Dominic Ryan. He breaks a tackle to the sideline. Finally tracked down. Looked like that's number 6 for the Steelhawks. That's Michael Bishop on the touchdown saving tackle there. Cochamilio almost got away. And he does have quite a good return to set the Steelhawks up on the 44-yard line.
I want to shed some light there to Logan Hansen with the peel back block, giving Cochamilio a little bit of room there to rumble up the sideline. And again, we were wanting a good return. That was a big part of Logan Hansen's peel back block. So we'll see if Korah, with about a minute 58 here, can get something going down the field and setting them up for a good position next half.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, special teams is a lot of opportunity for some guys who maybe don't get to play on the big offense or big defense, so they got to take advantage of what opportunity they have. And good job there by Hanson to have his name called today. Brewer under center for the Colts. He opens up, hands it off. That's Gonzalez. He's met at the line. Brought down. That looked like Riley Maj with the tackle. A couple other Steelhawks in there.
Yeah, Damon Sharp was in there with that tackle as well.
2 yards.
Nice play.
Just realized that the Steelhawks have no players wearing a number in the 70s. It's really interesting.
You would think in the 70s would be more of a defensive lineman number as well, or an offensive lineman.
Yeah, offensive lineman for sure, but... All right.
2nd and 8.
Brewer under center again.
All kinds of miscue.
Couple of flags called.
Drawing some flags. That's going to set up 2nd and 13 for Brewer in that Colts offense.
What have we been saying all half there, Donnie? Story of the half. Penalties.
Comes down to discipline, and as we said, it's a little bit of early season jitters, but, you know, as short as the high school football Sault Ste. Marie season is, you're in week 3. You've got to have all that out of your system by now. Really a penalty that you don't want to take, especially in the middle of a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, that had all kinds of miscue. I think that was a little bit of a cadence issue. I could be completely wrong on that, but it looked like everyone was going every separate way.
So after all said and done, 2nd and 13 for Korah. They'll back him up.
He snaps the ball. They go back to the reverse, and Kuder's eaten up behind the line by Thomas Riley and Michael Bishop, the Sioux Minor football teammates, make it happen for the Steelhawks.
That was
a fantastic play there by Thomas Riley, recognizing the double reverse, which they tried earlier in the quarter, which it worked. It just got called back to holding. Great play by Thomas Riley to sniff that out and give his offense a chance to come on the field to end the half here.
I would also like to shout out that he was on the far side of the defensive line there, so wait for him to follow the runner and make that play over on our near side. Brewer under center. Takes the snap, opens up. He's rolling out. He's got an open wide receiver downfield. And he's hit out of bounds by Dominic Ryan. And that isn't Brewer, sorry. That's number 1. That's Davian Clark, the backup quarterback.
Davian Clark keeps it.
Yeah, he
switched to
gets to 70 yards before being knocked.
He had Damian wide open down the sideline there. But again, like we talked about earlier in the game, scrolling out to your left, that's a very difficult throw to make. And I think maybe if that's to the right, he can maybe get that ball out there. And
he just get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, he did just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like it's a punt.
Yeah, 4th and 10. So Kuder and the Colts out to punt for a 2nd time this game.
A little bit of a late shift there for the Colts as number 55, Cruz Moreno, is flying off.
Timeout on the field. Steelhawks looking like they're a little more put together right now than the Colts, who are messing up a little bit of special teams transition there, although there hasn't been much of a punt team this game. A lot of big offensive drives. 4th and long. You think the Colts might almost be cooking up maybe a fake here to try and get in field goal range or possibly on the board.
Yeah, it's a weird spot on the field, especially for junior football, where obviously kicks aren't as long. So you might be right on that. I would try to pin him behind the 20, coffin corner a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Kuder showcasing that he definitely does have a leg under him today. So let's see what he's able to do here for the Colts on this punt.
Gavin Entwistle back there looking to make something happen for the Steelhawks.
No two-returner look this time. They're staying in the safe defensive look. Kuder's kick is off. Entwistle underneath it, and it bounces behind him. Looks like it's going to go into the end zone.
Entwistle falls on it.
Entwistle able to field it
Beautiful
at the
quarter bounce.
10-yard line.
What a punt.
Superior Heights deep.
What a fantastic punt.
In their own
Superior
end
Heights
zone.
here
In
just
their
to
own
run
end.
out the clock, possibly run one play to make sure that they don't have to take a safety.
Tampa's not, well, I should say they lost Tampa out there today, which is a little bit more than noise.
Possibly expect them to also maybe take a shot at the air, just a hope and a prayer, or maybe give it to the lightning of the offense, get it out there to Clowater. Maybe have him make the play.
Yeah, maybe a little reverse here. Fake to Lacession, hand off to Clowater. If I'm the offensive coordinator here for the Steelhawks, I'm pounding this right up the gut, getting us to halftime with up a lead.
And out come the Steelhawks offense on the 2-yard line. 1st and 10, Joseph under center. They hand it off to Lacession. He's hit at the line. Looks like that's Lucas Young again with the stop.
I think that was Lacession.
And
Hit
it
right at
is
the line.
Jay Grings
That's gonna be
also
second
put
down.
his number in there. Lacession with a short gain. Sets up 2nd and 8 for the Steelhawks.
Lucas Young, Johnny on the spot. Short game.
We've called Lucas Young's name a couple times here this half. He's been fantastic in the run game.
Joseph hands it off. It's Lacession again. He's running through defenders. Kind of
Position.
over by Martino.
Gets ahead of speed, takes a couple of Korah players to the right, gets a couple of good hard yards
Good
before
short
being brought
gain by
down.
Lacession sets up 3rd and about 5 for the Steelhawks.
That looked like a little bit of a bobbled snap here. We're looking back at it. He's lucky he held on to that.
And Steelhawks really able to reel in those questionable snaps today. Down. They go back to Lacession, who cuts it back, and he's brought
Position
down
gets up across the
again.
10.
Nicholas
7.6
Matilla getting
seconds
up
left.
the mile.
That's a big play because that's going to be a timeout with 7 seconds here.
I believe the corner is
Trying
called
to
the timeout.
force the turnover. Coach Bernabucci calls the timeout. Steelhawks facing 4th and 1. Will they go for it, get the first down, seal the half?
Before we hit the half, shout out to the Spear Heights Link crew. Leading everybody in the stands.
I'm curious. I think they punt this football, to be honest. I mean, it's difficult to return with 7 seconds left. It depends on where you punt it on the field. I'm trying to aim this out of bounds and hoping a prayer.
I don't know. I'm thinking possession, or you just take it and
Run for dear life.
Yeah, maybe get the ball to Clowater or somebody to the outside. Throw a pass. A lot you could do here on this 4th down. Lacession been good for more than a yard on each of his 3 runs so far this possession. Could go back to him and try and secure the first down, which would end the half. Timeout here coming to an end. Colts defensive line knows what's at stake.
Big moment here in this game.
Joseph under center for the Steelhawks.
All right, 7.6 seconds left. Coaches have given their instructions.
Snaps the ball, hands it off. It's Lacession.
And off to Lacession again. He's being a workhorse right there for Spear
For the
Heights.
first down.
2.5 seconds left.
Good hard run by Lacession. Kuder on the stop. Gain of about 4 on the play.
So that'll give Spear Heights first down.
Yeah, this will probably be the last play of the half here. Steelhawks get out of a jam right there.
2.5 seconds on the clock. First and 10 for the Steelhawks from their own 15. Now, if you ask me, I'm running sweep. Or just throwing a corner route and praying it gets to the end zone.
Yeah, I'm taking a knee there too. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. That'll be the half. 15.
Spear Heights, we're going to pause for about 10 minutes.
Steelhawks with the
Kids are gonna
lead
get a
on the
breather,
defending
a little water.
OSA champion, Korah Colts.
Just a reminder that
We'll be back with you in just 10
hot,
minutes.
cold beverages, lots of
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of what's been an exciting offensive game between the junior Superior Heights Steelhawks and the junior Korah Colts. Superior Heights kicking off the Korah up 6 points.
James Ewell, I believe.
Martino Contamilio fields the kick, finds a hole to the outside, touchdown saving tackle by Dominic Ryan, and it's going to set up first down for the Colts just outside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Contamilio found a nice little hole there in the middle of the kickoff defense, and then Dominic Ryan out of nowhere.
Able to make a wonderful tackle. Dominic Ryan certainly showing himself looking like possibly the winner of the Superior Heights Player of the Game.
All youth football coaches would have loved that tackle. Perfect textbook, start low, finish high. You love to see that now. When normally now you see defenders trying that hit stick and obviously hurting themselves. So
trust me, it drives me damn nuts watching the hit stick. Here we go. Brewer under center for the Colts, opens up, hands it off, and oh my goodness, Caleb Leighton found a hole, but Simon McLean able to reel him in.
Caleb Leighton
Keep him from the first down. Going to set up second and 3.
yeah, nice play there with Leighton to kind of cut through the gap there. You see Dominic Ryan tracking, and then ultimately, oh wait, sorry, that was 55, McLean.
McLean and Ryan, a big linebacker duo here for the Steelhawks. Brewer under center again. Colts motion. It's going to be a handoff to the outside, and there goes number 23. He's to the edge, one man to beat. He beats him. Damian McGaughy.
Touchdown saving tackle by Dominic Ryan.
Dominic Ryan able to make the play on him again.
35 yards downfield in the first down.
For the Colts, a crazy run and a couple crazy cuts there by McGaughy.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Dominic Ryan, saving a touchdown. McGaughy coming down the sideline, just slipping to the inside. I really like what Korah's doing with those big linebackers that the Steelhawks got, making them bite on the play action and using ultimately their best weapon on offense is their speed around the side. So Korah's got to keep doing that.
Brewer under center. Takes the snap, opens up, hands it off. It's Leighton. Leighton finds a hole. He's breaking tackles finally.
Refuses to go down. Another really good run. Gets inside the 10.
Another first down for the Colts.
My goodness, is Leighton and Slippy. He keeps shedding off these guys like they're nothing.
And Twistle with the tackle.
Looking here to help.
I believe that's going to be his first goal from about the 9.
And diversity is the name of offense. It's the difference between winning and losing. Sets up another first down for Korah inside the 10-yard line. Expect the Colts here to attack the edge. Brewer under center. Takes the snap, opens up, hands it off. It's Leighton again. Leighton bounces it to the outside. Nice wrap tackle there. I believe that is number 6.
Takes it across the 5 before we brought
You
down.
saw McGaughy with the great run earlier in the drive. Now you just saw a great kickback block to open up that goal there for Leighton.
Michael Bishop, number 6.
Absolutely, being able to do more than one thing is what a lot of offensive coordinators look for, especially with the spreading talent here in the Sioux. Sets up second and goal from the 3-yard line for the Colts. Expect here to see that fullback dive from Jaron Caldema.
Wouldn't mind a little play action here from Ethan Brewer. I think it's a good time for it. Oh,
Brewer keeps it himself.
he got there.
Wonderful stop. Oh, sorry.
Brewer keeps it for a touchdown.
Brewer gets into the end zone for a Colts touchdown. And just like that, in a number of minutes, the Colts are back on top in this, they tie it up at 15.
I was not expecting a quarterback sneak there from the 3. I thought it was a little far away, but it caught me off guard, and it clearly caught the Steelhawks defensive line off guard as well, as Brewer was able to walk in almost.
A little bit of Matt Stafford and Brewer himself there. And Kuder on just to attempt to save points to take the lead.
Kuder for the point after in the lead.
Brewer with the hold.
Kick is up and good.
And it's good. The Colts officially back up in front with a lead of 1 in this close ball game.
Hey, Don, you know what I like most about that drive?
What?
No penalties.
Absolutely. No, I was just thinking that to myself. The Colts able to clean up a little bit out of the half here, keep themselves off the penalty board today, and let's see if they can remain that way for the rest of the second half here.
I imagine that was the topic of discussion during the halftime, is clean up the little things, clean up the disciplinary actions. So obviously a good start to the half, but they got to keep it going, or else it's going to be a really messy second half, and we don't want to watch a messy second half.
I most definitely agree. Now let's see if the Steelhawks can carry that same thing over into their drive and possibly generate another big gain here by some of their athletes. Now when I took a look at the stat sheets during the half, I did notice that being able to spread out the ball definitely affects your team. A lot of the carries going up the middle to Lesession, who definitely gets those good hard yards, but being able to spread the ball out and get some attention to some other guys might open that up for him even more.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more Anthony Charters. He's been open a couple times on those corner routes booting to the left, so maybe involve him here in a little bit of a reverse, just like they're kind of doing with Eli Clowater. So we'll see if the Steelhawks kind of get more of the outside perimeter weapons involved here.
Now, what's definitely been apparent today is the Colts return team able to set themselves up with some good field position. Let's see if the Steelhawks can respond in the same way. Looks like Thorburn and Clowater headed to the wrong end there. Got to take the jog down. The matching pink cleats from the duo. Let's see how the Steelhawks respond to that very nice opening drive by the Colts.
Yeah, look at those things. Those are bright.
Thorburn and Clowater back.
Mom can't complain about being able to see them on the field. All right, Kuder's kick down towards the 10. Oh, under the hands of Clowater. He picks it up. He's got a hole. Brought down by the
Clowater. He gets across 25
with
and
the
the 26-yard line before being brought down. 1st and 10, Superior Heights.
Superior Heights with better field position than some prior kickoffs, set up just inside their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, good starting field position here for the Steelhawks. Imagine we're going to see a heavy dose of Lesession to start the drive and kind of set the tone here for the second half. I'm curious if we're going to see more of the pass game as we talked about early on in the show, in the broadcast, sorry, with them being down.
You know, Nick Joseph, one of the more prominent QBs in this league here. The Colts yet to attempt, they have attempted a pass, and Brewers just kept them. But Joseph, you know, hopefully looking to make a little bit more of an impact with his arm, although they are back out in the double set, tight set. Joseph under center takes the snap, hands it off. It's Clowater. Clowater looking for a hole. He's run down by Kuder from the backside of the defensive line. Little hit there as well from number 29, Nicholas Matilla.
Yeah, Matilla almost stripped that ball right out of Clowater's hand. Clowater kind of had to reach back and keep possession here. Almost got it.
Sets up second and about 7 for the Steelhawks.
Steelhawks.
And you know, if they start to get shut down here, you might think they might go to a different formation or possibly try to spread the ball out a bit more. Joseph under center takes the snap, rolls out to his left. He's got Clowater. Cochamilio in coverage. He elects to keep it. Runs out of bounds after a gain of about 5. It's going to set up 3rd and 2. For the
Nice little gain, hard to see.
Yeah, I don't mind tucking that ball down, just getting some yards there. He had Anthony Charters over the top, but it was pretty decent coverage there by Reed Gordon, kind of blanketed him, knowing that Joseph couldn't get as much throw power as he probably could have.
Absolutely.
Stand still.
You've got to practice the scramble drill in a league that's starting to lean a little bit more towards the pass these past few years. Good coverage there by Cochamilio and Gordon.
It's a very big play here for the Korah Colts. See if they can get off the field and keep up the momentum that they just got on the last drive.
3rd and 3. Here he is, Lesession for the first time this half. Gain of 1, and he's pushed back.
Lesession makes it to almost 35, I believe, before we go
big
back.
Stop there for the Colts.
He's going to be about 2 yards short here. It'll be about 4th and 2. Another decision time for the Steelhawks.
And it looks like they're leaving the offense on. Joseph over getting the play call. 4th and 2.
What do we think? Do we think it's going up to the middle here with Lesession?
I think this is the first time this half that we see Dominic Ryan with the ball. They're just going to tell him, make sure you cut it up early, get good short yards, or a possible rollout by Nick Joseph. And another short gain of about 3 or 4 yards would set them up with the first down.
Yeah, if you're Reed Gordon here, you all eyes on the quarterback here and making sure he doesn't bootleg.
Absolutely. And there it is, Nick Joseph to the weak side, and he's got more than enough.
Joseph keeps it before being out of bounds. He gets to about the 41-yard line.
Sets up another
Good
first
for
down
6 yards and a first down from the Steelhawks.
Yeah, we were talking about it with Joseph using his legs this past half, and he's starting this half with more or less the same. the Colts got to be aware of that just from prior drives and even earlier on this drive. You got to contain the edge there on 4th and 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, let's try it again.
On the 41-yard line, not yet in Colts territory, but certainly making their way there. It's 1st and 10 for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center, Lesession the back.
I think we're calling Lucas Young's name on this play.
And it's a handoff to Lesession, who's bouncing it to the outside, breaks a tackle. Reed Gordon, they are able to make the play for the Colts after the wonderful run to the outside by Noah Lesession. 1st down, Steelhawks.
Yeah, great play there by Jason Albury. He's really picking that edge there for Lesession to bounce it to the outside. And obviously Reed Gordon coming across the field, making another textbook tackle, low, driving high, saving 6.
All right, another 1st and 10 officially in Colts territory here for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center, he opens up. It's a handoff. That's Dominic Ryan, Nolan Couder. Another hit by Martino Cochamilio. Lucas Young able to finally bring it down.
Cochamilio take down Ryan.
Yeah, Nolan Couder came in there untouched and obviously wrapping up so him and Martin Cochamilio can combine on the tackle. That's a very big play that was on 1st down right there, setting up 2nd and long.
Just a dominant runner himself. Oh no, and it looks like he's down. We're just going to take a little bit of an injury timeout here. We'll be back in just a minute. Ryan able to walk off under his own power. Wonderful to see. Tatum Russian in the game now to replace him. After the loss, it's going to be about 2nd and 14 for the Steelhawks. Let's see how they respond here.
Yeah, Donnie, what was that you were saying there on a little bit of a break? What is Tatum Russian's nickname? Is he a dog? Was that
He is a dog.
He is a dog.
One of those guys from the Sioux minor league who had a large impact. Looks like they're going to put him at the back position. Put Lesession out at wing. Joseph rolling out, airs it out. Clowater on the catch.
Clowater catches it.
Good for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. It's going to set up 3rd and much more manageable here.
Good for 8 yards.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Eli Clowater slipped a little bit there. He had a little bit of grass in front of him. Probably could have picked up another 5 or 7 yards. But nice completion there by Nick Joseph, getting him settled in here this half. And we'll see what they can do here on about 3rd and 6.
Big 3rd down here for the Steelhawks, trying to keep the drive alive. Staying in the double tight set, Joseph under center, Rush in the back. And Joseph rolling out to his right. Has to play it, cuts back the other way, avoids a sack, but not for forever. Finally brought down James Ewell in the backfield for the Colts.
Joseph,
it's going to set up 4th and long.
Yeah, that was
I think it's about time to pull out the punt team here for the Steelhawks back in their own end.
Yeah, there was nothing going on there. Nice play by Ewell to step up, read the eyes of the quarterback, and let him not go anywhere.
And it looks like Joseph and the Hawks are going to stay on.
A little bit of a surprising move here.
Well, possibly, a quick kick scenario. A little Tom Brady action here from Joseph if he decides to kick it away. Or possibly go back to the air, try some work to the outside. In comes Michael Bishop on a substitution. Oh, I see. Joseph's just the punter, and this is just their punt set. Okay.
I was going to ask you, Johnny, when's the last time we've seen a quick kick?
Korah. We ran one in 2022. Joseph back to punt. His kick is off. Cachamilio and Gordon back to return. Gordon catches it in the air, takes off towards the sideline. One man to beat. Russian breaks it down. Nice return by Gordon. Sets up a first down. Colts just inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Tatum Rusham showing why he is, in matter of fact, a dog, as he came in flying, and Gordon was not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Good tackle there by Russian, able to make something happen.
Got a little bit of laundry on the field. There was a flag. Curious to see what the call is here. So, Donnie, you said you were playing against Tatum Russian's older brother.
I did. Ty Russian, the former Superior Heights Steelhawks product, graduated last year as it was his final year of eligibility here in high school football. Him and his brother, similar archetypes, is they're a little bit bigger, stockier running backs, but they're definitely a little bit tough to bring down. And following those typically large Superior Heights offensive lines, you know, they've always put together quite a good run game with the two.
Yeah, so on top of that great play by Tatum Russian, it was also a hold. So I don't.
It's going to be a hold, yeah, against the Steelhawks on the punt.
That's weird because they said it went against Korah, so I'm a little confused on why that ball moved up. But nonetheless, 1st and 10.
Brewer under center, opens up, hands it off. It's Leighton into the outside. Big block by Ewell. 2 men to beat. He's got space.
Leighton has a lead. It's all the way down the field. Flying, push out of bounds.
Entwistle. Able to push him out of bounds. The touchdown saving tackle for the Steelhawks. Great run by
for 40, 45 yards in the first down.
Yeah, I'm watching that replay there, and James Ewell just absolutely dominated on the block there. That's a great play that you love to see from your outside receiver who may not touch the ball a crazy amount, but when he's giving you guys blocks like that, you got to tap him on the helmet and let him know he's doing a good job. Great block.
Absolutely, you know, dominance in blocks is what you look for from a receiver, especially one of James Ewell's build who gets a little bit of action at defensive end. He's got to be a bigger and more dominant guy, able to set the edge there for the Colts. 1st and 10 from the 17. Brewer under center, opens up, hands it off. It's Leighton, and he makes a cut up, breaks a tackle. He's finally brought down, number 66.
Leighton is just super slippery. He's very good at finding the holes into the offensive line. I'm watching it here, and he kind of slips through an initial tackle and then didn't get touched till about 4 yards after contact.
My apologies, I was just watching a little bit of action going on there in the end zone from that other wide receiver blocking. Ian D'Angelo with the tackle there for the Steelhawks. Oh no, and it looks like he's going to
a little bit of an injury.
Out. So we're going to take yet again another injury timeout here, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. Brewer under center again for the Colts.
You're a jinx.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, there he goes.
Sorry, they hand it off. It's not Leighton. That's number 23.
Good hard run to the outside. We do have a flag coming in late.
On the run. Gets enough for the first down. A flag comes out late in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a hold or whatnot, but that was a great run regardless by Magaki.
Yeah, things definitely starting to get heated here between the two teams as this match is close. Colts with a lead of only 1 at the moment, and it looks like they're talking to the Steelhawks.
Yeah, rivalries are fantastic. I love the chippiness. You just got to make sure to keep your emotions in check and don't cause that penalty that changes the outlook of a game, right? So
Absolutely.
both teams are going to learn that real quick.
You don't want to go to school the next day knowing that you cost your team the game. So
Okay, penalty is against Superior Heights. That's going to back them up. And they're going to have first and goal from, I believe, the 1.
that is the signal for the unsportsmanlike conduct. And
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
is
first and
unsportsmanlike
goal from the
conduct, so it'll be
1 yard
first
line
and
now.
goal from the 1 for
This
Korah.
is definitely a big opportunity still for the Steelhawks. Dominic Ryan back on the field.
That's good to see.
Big defensive line here, Ian D'Angelo and Thomas Riley. Let's see if they can come up with a stop and maybe put themselves in a better position. They hand it off up the middle, and there they are in the end zone.
Took a big
That's
push in
number
a
2, Jared.
couple of seconds, but touchdown.
Fullback
Korah.
drive of the game, and the Colts are in the end zone to extend their lead to 7.
Yeah, great easy play call. Up the gut, can't really screw it up, and Kaldma fights his way, keeps his legs moving the pile, and give the Colts a bigger lead.
All right, Couder to stay on and attempt to kick. Brewer the holder. And now this is why the Steelhawks had gone for 2 earlier in the game, and will have to again have they enter the end zone one more time. Because if the Colts complete this kick, which Couder's kick is up and good. Now
Couder's kick is up and good.
Down 8 points.
23-16.
Yep, 8-point margin here. Got a barn burner here late in the game.
It's been an absolute offensive shootout between the two teams. And now on will come Couder and the kickoff team for the Colts to pin the Steelhawks deep.
Yeah, we'll see if the Steelhawks get a little momentum going here. They ended the half well. We'll see if they can bounce back here and towards the fourth quarter. They kind of have to get back to what they were doing at the start of the game, running reverses, really mixing it up. I find recently they've been very north and south with Lacession. They need to give it to more to Clowater, more to Charters. They got to move to the perimeter. I think the Colts are expecting a little more Lacession up the middle right now.
Absolutely.
They got to spread it out a little bit.
Well, even if they hit like
So that makes it 23-15 for the
like if
Colts.
they ran him off tackle or something, the Colts have not attacked between the tackles this game, I believe, as they've just continued to run off tackle, off tight end to the outside. And the Steelhawks need to look at that and realize that the outside's what's open, especially with such a loaded box. So, you know, they've got to react, and this is where you're definitely put to the test as a team in how you react to someone dominating you and putting 20 points on the board.
I'd be curious to see if the Steelhawks mix up their formation. We've kind of seen we've seen the same formation the entire game, so maybe they mix it up here to end the third quarter. I'd be curious to see that.
Couder's kick is off. Clowater off his hands and out of bounds. That means it will unfortunately not come up to the 40 as he made contact. Looks like they're marking it down on the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. And yeah, going back to what you said, we've seen the same formation from both teams here, and having been shut out now of the end zone, if you're the Steelhawks, you need to think maybe we do change things up. And you know, it's a question of how you react as a team. And we'll see here how they do that.
Yeah, I will say Korah's done a pretty decent job out of their formation, mixing it up, giving it to different ball carriers. We've seen Leighton get the ball, we've seen Magaki, we've seen Gonzalez, multiple people carrying the load, and ultimately Kaldman with that last touchdown. So I would love to see the Steelhawks mix it up a little bit here towards the end of this third quarter.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Steelhawks. Joseph under center. Lacession the back as Dominic Ryan's back in the game. He takes the handoff, hands it off to Lacession, who breaks free, but he's wrapped up by, I believe, Martino Cachamilio, who keeps him from gaining more than 3.
Yeah, good tackle there by Cachamilio. He's a little ginger to get up. Might have got a little bit of a Charlie horse.
Well, you know, this is one of those games where if all they're going to do is bully you up the middle of the game, things are going to get tough. Lucas Young also holding strong in there for the Colts. James Ewell, another one of those defensive linemen who's had such a big game.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before we called Lucas's Young names this half.
Joseph under center.
There's that motion.
They're going to hand it off to Lacession. He follows his blockers for another gain of about 4. It's going to set
Back
up
to
third
Lucetian.
and
He's met by
Steelhawks.
Cochimilio again.
Expect here for them to maybe break away from the Lucetian up the middle and try something to the outside. Out comes Clowater. In comes, I believe, Thorburn.
We gave another 3 yards on that.
Yeah, we've been calling Cochimilio's name the entire night, and again, he wraps up the session only for a gain of about 2. So 3rd and 4, big play for the Steelhawks here to try to move these chains.
All right, Joseph rolling out. He's met by Ewell. Cochimilio also able to get there. Ewell with his second play in the backfield this evening.
Hey, we talked about James Ewell on the offensive side of the ball with that key block, and then James Ewell setting the edge, reading the quarterback's eyes, and not letting Joseph go anywhere. He had nothing. He kind of gave up on the play, and we might see another safety here there, Donnie.
Lost of about 80 yards.
You know,
That's a 4th and long for Spear.
I would too. I mean, you don't want to make this a 2-possession game. Well, you would go for it, sorry.
Make some substitutions here. On comes Michael Bishop again. I think that's the signal that they're going to punt.
Yeah, good.
And you know what? I don't think you can take the safety here.
No, you can't go down 2.
Game, you gotta punt this.
No, 100%. You're right on that. Timeout there, I think, from Korah.
Colts signaling for a timeout. They take it.
Reed, Gordon, and Cochimilio back there to return the kick. You know they're wanting to make fireworks happen here. This is a play that all kick returners want, is where they can't take the safety. They're going to start on probably by the 40 with the football. You know they're going to want to make a big play and put a little more pressure on the Steelhawks to score some points.
Absolutely. And, you know, keep your eyes there on number 9, Reed Gordon, as Martino Cochimilio, one of the staple athletes for the Colts. They definitely don't want to kick it to him, so let's see if Gordon here can make a play with his legs.
Yeah, Reed Gordon had a good return earlier on in the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did go towards Cochimilio's direction just based off of the prior kickoffs, but
absolutely, you know, that's a good way to look at it as well.
Like you're ready for to have a nap. Oh, I think he's falling asleep, man.
A couple of us getting tired up here, maybe with the lack of points being scored.
no.
All right, timeout coming to an end.
Couldn't be tired in that first half with all that bright orange flags being thrown everywhere. We haven't seen a couple of those this half.
Yeah, well, you know what? Kudos to the teams for being able to clean up some of the ugly stuff. And it does look like they're going to take the safety as Joseph in the gun takes the snap, and he does go back and take the safety. You know, trust in defense sometimes is the name of the game, and it's what the Steelhawks look to do here as they pin the Colts on their own 35.
Nicholas Matella and number 41, Matthew Masters, getting into it a little bit there after the whistle. I'm kind of surprised they did take the safety there, to be honest, Donnie. I kind of agreed with your opinion on kicking this football, trusting your defense to make a stop. But obviously the Steelhawks are trusting their defense to get Korah off the football field here, so I'm curious to see what kind of look that Korah is going to bring out. I imagine more or less the same. Starting from the 35 here. Lots of time.
1st and 10 for the Colts. Brewer out under center. Looks like it's Leighton in the backfield again.
Yeah, Leighton's been running wild this whole quarter, so I'm glad they're keeping him in there, rewarding him for good chunk yardage.
Well, you know, as I said, the name of the game is diversity and being able to spread out the ball between multiple runners instead of keeping someone tired. Brewer under center, Leighton in, and Coldham of the backs. There it is, the handoff to Leighton, who's met in the backfield by the Steelhawks. That's number 18 and 68. That's Thomas Riley and
Yeah, great play by Thomas Riley, recognizing the reverse, keeping his eyes in the backfield, not being fooled by that fake, and not letting him go anywhere. Letting his big buddy, Ewan Booma, to catch up.
2nd and 14.
End of the quarter here.
Third quarter, barring penalty.
Last play.
It's a handoff.
He's got the edge.
To the outside. He's got the edge. One man to beat. He's pushed out of bounds. by Dominic Ryan, who's a little slow to get
44 yards down the line.
Stamina starting to set in for him this game as he's been all over.
First
Yeah.
down
By
Korah.
McGraw, his second big game of the day for the Colts, and it's going to be a first down for Korah in Steelhawks territory.
Yeah, Dominic Ryan came from the entire way across the field to save a touchdown there because he had room. He had the edge until Dominic Ryan came flying through. So big play for the Steelhawks. Unfortunate for them to let up such a big gain, but hopefully some constructive feedback here at the end of the quarter, and hopefully this momentum turns around. Colts have been dominating the outside of the line today.
Absolutely, and as that's the last play of the quarter, I don't know if you said this, but the fields will flip. Colts on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's see if the Steelhawks can set them back here. Davian Clark in the game now, under center. What's going on here?
Resetting the clock.
Oh, there's a little bit of clock issues going on. Clark, the backup quarterback for the Colts. Looks like the Colts are in a bit of a different set, though, with the double tight end Ewell in the game as well.
Nice to see a little bit of something different to start this fourth quarter.
Okay, just get the clock set. Start of the fourth quarter.
All right, Clark under center. Takes the snap. Takes a minute before he takes off, but Clark with the keeper goes forward for a gain of almost
5
5 yards.
right up the middle.
When is the last time you saw a quarterback sneak on 1st and 10?
Today.
Yeah, just now. I've never seen a quarterback sneak on 1st and 10. I'm not saying it didn't work because it got 5 yards. It's just something unorthodox there to start the quarter here for the Colts.
Absolutely. Clark out of the game, Brewer back in. The Colts will stay in the same double tight formation. Brewer under center. He takes the snap, drops back, and he airs it out for Kalen Nels, who comes down with the football. Touchdown! What a ball by Ethan Brewer. Kalen Nels, the shooter with the big receiving touchdown for the Colts, and they build their lead up to 16. Or sorry, 10? Oh no, they didn't put the points on the board yet.
16 points. I love that play call, giving Ethan Brewer a little bit of a chance to show off his arm, and kudos to him. He hasn't been asked to throw very much today. In fact, that's his first throw attempt, and he delivered a dime 20 yards down the field.
Brewer with the hold, and the kick is blocked by Simon McLean.
Wow. Nice play there by McLean, flying off the edge. But just going back to that touchdown, the poise to step back in his 3-step drop with the line collapsing, realizing that the middle of the field was so open and delivering a ball which was perfect. Couldn't ask for any much better ball placement.
Ball there by Brewer. And I'd also like to take this moment to point out the fact that block by McLean keeps it a 2-score game for the Steelhawks, possibly setting themselves up for a fourth quarter comeback here.
Little plays like that. How many times have we seen in a football game a play so tiny, a little detail like that, a missed extra point, a blocked extra point, a sack? How many times does that flip field position and obviously sparks a comeback late in the game? So we'll be curious to see here if the Steelhawks are going to get fired up and come out swinging here. If you're the Steelhawks here, you got to mix it up a little bit.
Expect them to reach deep into the bag here, maybe come away from the session a bit and try and get the ball to some of those other wonderful athletes on the offense. Maybe this is the time in the game to try and close distance quickly and get Joseph to showcase that arm of his that we know he has, open up the pass game a little more. Expect possibly that spread set that we've seen in prior weeks from the Steelhawks.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this offense being more of a air attack, and we haven't seen it very much today. So they're going to have a chance here to demonstrate why we said that earlier on in the broadcast. I'm very curious to see how they open up this drive, whether or not they're in that same double set tight end look. So we'll see.
All right, the Colts out to kick off. Kuder, the kicker. Clowater and Thornton back to receive.
It's kicked by Kuder.
Fielded by Clowater. He cuts it back, finds a hole up the middle.
Clowater finds a nice little seam up the middle. He'll get it almost to the 35-yard line, I believe.
or no, that's number 19. There he is, Enzo Gonzalez. Name we haven't called yet this second half. Good to see him back.
Gonzalez, I believe, with the eventual tackle.
Yeah, that Coldwater muffed it a little bit, but was able to pick it up and gain a fair bit of yards. So good on him.
Coldwater able to recover there, and it's going to set up 1st and 10 here from the Steelhawks from the 35.
Someone is banged up there.
Looks like that's Dominic Ryan down on a knee. Been going really hard all day today, and I think it's just starting to catch up to him. So we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Dominic Ryan able to walk off under his own power. Good to see once again Joseph under center for the Hawks. Rush in the back. He opens up, hands it, Russian with his first carry of the game, breaks a tackle. He's barreling forward, and he's brought down by number 62 for the Steelhawks. That's Jackson Belair pushing the pile.
Yeah, there's a flag down there at the end of the run. I'm not quite sure.
The run, and now we have a Colt down. So once again, we'll just take a short injury time back. All right, and it looks like there may have been that flag may have been a unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct, as it has walked up the Steelhawks a significant amount and officially in the Colts territory. 1st and 10 from the 54-yard line.
Steelhawks aren't going to complain, but we've talked about it earlier in the broadcast about penalties by the Colts. They really cleaned it up this second half so far, but unfortunate start to this drive here for the Colts. But the Steelhawks are going to take any yards they can get right now.
54-yard line for the Colts.
All right, Joseph with the handoff to Coldwater. Coldwater to the outside, and wonderful tackle by Reed Gordon.
Joseph facing up the middle.
Touchdown saving tackle there. And I know she's watching, and his sister, I'm sure, is quite proud of that.
Yeah, that was a nice little run there by Coldwater. Great tackle by Reed Gordon.
With the tackle.
Grabbing the jersey, not letting go, strong grip. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a different formation to start this drive by the Steelhawks. I'm not going to lie to you, Donnie.
Yeah, you know, but there we go, spreading the ball out, getting it to Coldwater is exactly what we've been looking for here from the Steelhawks.
Let's look.
On the right hash, expect them to possibly go to that other wing. I believe that's Thorburn.
Timeout, Steelhawks.
And the Steelhawks call a timeout on 2nd and 6.
Steelhawks call a timeout.
So, Donnie, I want to ask you about you play for the Sioux College Cougars. Am I wrong?
I do play for the Sioux College Cougars, yes.
So, explain this next weeks coming up here.
All right, well, with the tough loss that we had just taken there to St. Clair, the defending national champs, we're looking at facing off against two teams in the bottom half of the league next weekend, traveling down to Ottawa to face the Sooners. And then the following week, the Quinte Skyhawks will be coming here. 2 must-win games for myself and the Cougars as we're looking to make our way into playoffs in our inaugural season.
Can we get a little score prediction for these games?
A score prediction, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself or anything, but I do definitely think that we have the talent to bring down both the Sooners and the Skyhawks. We'll have to see how things unfold there, but the team's bringing the heat to practice and working through some injuries, things like that. We're definitely ready to face both of these teams and just expect a utmost amount of preparedness and a lot of high-impact special teams play, and of course that stout defense for the college. But anyways, we're back. Joseph under center.
That's false start.
And the Steelhawks.
A little bit of movement, flags.
Yeah, Kate Jones just jumped a little bit there. Got a little bit antsy. That's, again, penalties coming in to a huge effect. It's going to be about 2nd and 11 here for the Steelhawks.
Back the Steelhawks up 5, but nothing they haven't faced before earlier in this game. It just hurts a little more now in the 4th quarter. Let's see how they respond.
Curious if we're going to see Nick Joseph's arm right here on 2nd and long, trying to set up a 3rd and manageable or even a 1st down. That's Eli Clowater up tight there, closer than normal.
Clowater, Thorburn, Rush in the backs. Joseph takes the snap, hands it off to Russian, who runs up the middle, but he's hit by Kuder, and he's going nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of a yard as they're marking it, and that's going to be a 3rd and 10 for the Steelhawks.
That Nolan Kuder there with great contain, sticking to his edge, and then ultimately not being able to move.
Sorry, 3rd down.
As
the Steelhawks really got to look to something other than the inside, as the Colts have a loaded box and a dominant defensive line. I just don't think it's the answer for them right now.
We've caught a lot of Nolan Kuder and Lucas Young, so both edges for the Colts playing very well, so we'll see here what they do here in 3rd and long.
Joseph with the snap. They go back to Russian, who's hit at the line again by Kuder and Cachamilio, the 2 defensive studs today for the Colts, and it's going to set up 4th down and 10 for the Steelhawks.
Another great play by Cachamilio, jumping up with the defensive line and hitting him at the line of scrimmage. And Kuder again with another great run stuffing play at the line. I'm curious to see if I imagine they're going to go for it here.
Looks like the Steelhawks are going to. Well, it looks like Joseph's back to punt. You really got to think to yourself that if up the middle isn't working, you got to try something else. But Joseph back to punt here. Cachamilio and Gordon back to return for the Colts. Joseph's punt is off. Into the hands of Gordon. Makes a cut around a player. He's up the sideline, and there's no one there. Oh, brought out of bounds by Thorburn. Gordon with about a 30-yard return sets up 1st and 10 Colts on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I think going back to that third down play by the Steelhawks, I think calling that play, they were thinking they were maybe going to get 4 or 5, and then they would have been set up to go for it. But with the great play by Kuder, that forces the turnover on downs. And then obviously a great return there by Reed Gordon, and a nice play by Chase Thorburn to save 6 for the Steelhawks, keeping them in this football game.
Yeah, Reed with a good return there for the Colts, giving them some good field position to work with. It's almost if the Steelhawks just turned over the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts. Clark under center. Opens up, he hands it off to Gonzalez, who's brought down behind the line. Number 18, Ewan Bouma, with his 2nd big play of the game.
Yeah, Ewan Booma's speed was really showcased there around the edge as he screamed in, kept his eyes in the backfield, and there was really nowhere for Leighton to go.
Absolutely wonderful play there by him, able to defeat the
Loss
block
of 9 yards, that's a 2nd and 19 for the
Gets
Colts.
himself into the backfield, sets up 2nd and almost 20 for Korah. And this is super manageable for the Steelhawks now. Make
Yeah,
a little
this is a big play right here. You got to keep them to 3rd and very long.
Clark takes the snap, hands it off. It's McGahee to the outside. He's getting chased down by Michael Bishop. Him and Riley Madge get there for the tackle. Several other Steelhawks in on it as well. And a flag comes out late.
Late flag comes in.
A little bit of extracurriculars in the pile. And you don't like to see
Felix
that.
Gallardo.
No, that's not the time. And initially I thought Jamie McGawkey was gone, but great pursuit by Michael Bishop, keeping him only to a game of about 4, but we'll see what this flag says here. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It was kind of in the pile.
I'm going to assume that's against the Steelhawks by the reaction of the defensive line there.
Sound like you wouldn't believe.
Unnecessary roughness against the Colts. That's going to back them up even more.
I decline this if I'm the Steelhawks. You got to get off the field here.
I would decline it and face the 3rd and 17. Give yourself an opportunity here to turn the ball over.
Yeah. No, you got to decline that and give you a chance to get your offense back on the football field here with about 6 minutes left.
Yeah, as we look over to the warm-up field just behind us here, the senior Colts and senior Steelhawks.
They're accepting the penalty.
For a big matchup. Well, you know, either call there is acceptable because, look, now you're in second and, oh my goodness. Second and a country mile.
I believe it's second down. I don't know why the 3rd down marker's up. They took the penalty.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
He
opens up. He's rolling out to his left. Finds his receiver. He airs it out for Nels, who works his way back, and it's a catch.
Oh, man, keep it, he catches it.
Down Korah.
Down by
Oh my God, Kalen Nels with 2 big catches. Turning point.
Holds it in.
What a grab. That's a fantastic play call there by the Colts. We haven't seen much of the air game, but they've been really exposing the Steelhawks deep because they've loaded the box so well and controlled the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely, you know, and this is the downside of having a loaded box is you're not ready for someone to take off on that Korah route like Nels is taking advantage of this game. Sets up the Colts for first down territory on the 46 in Steelhawk.
I'm incredibly confused why they accepted that penalty and pushed it back to 2nd and long rather than 3rd and long.
Clark under center, fakes the handoff. It goes to the fullback. Number 28 up the sideline.
Touchdown, Colts.
There is a flag down on the line of scrimmage, and the refs are calling. Nick Atherton.
41 yards. Sorry, 46 yards to the house.
We haven't called Nick Atherton's name today, and as soon as he touches the ball, he makes something happen. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be coming back here as that flag was down. It's most likely going to be a holding against the Colts.
I mean, you love to see it if you're Atherton making the most of the plays you get. I'm just unfortunate that it's not going to count.
Absolutely.
I think that would have been coffin nails for the Steelhawks. So,
you know, and I've said this time and time again, his highlight tape doesn't need to know that was holding.
No, exactly.
And you know, that's what I tell everybody is sometimes when that holds on the backside of the play and it doesn't affect everyone, you know you still made the play yourself, and you know it's worthy of maybe making that tape later on in the season.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see in film, is the backside hold where it had absolutely nothing to do with the play.
Yeah, but here we go. It's gonna.
1st and 10.
It is a holding against the Colts.
First
That'll
and-
back them up 10 yards.
So that's going to be a hold against the Colts. That'll back them up.
Or sorry, it'll repeat first down, but it'll
10 yards.
1st and 20.
And it'll repeat first down.
All right, let's see if the Steelhawks can get off the field here. They've been out for quite a bit of time, killing a bunch of clock. Korah's doing a very good job at clock management.
All right, here we go. Clark rolling out to his right. He elects to keep it. Breaks several tackles. He's going up the sideline. He's got blockers. And Clark with great speed. The 20, the 20.
Wow.
Touchdown. Colts all the way
And he takes it
out.
56 yards to the house for a touchdown.
Davion Clark with the coffin nails into the Steelhawks' grave. Unbelievable job breaking all these tackles, getting to the outside, and once he's in the outside in open space, you're not touching him.
For a little bit of history, Davion Clark, the son of former Sioux Steelers star Alonzo Clark, making his high school football debut this year and adding his first touchdown to the board. What a play.
Yeah.
And that might be it for the Steelhawks today. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Unless Nick Joseph turns into Josh Allen, that might be it.
Davion Clark. I mean, I imagine we're going to be hearing that name more. A little botch snap.
Ball is bobbled. Botch snap, and the point after is no good.
A little bit of miscommunication there on the point after. Tatum Russian coming up with the tackle as Couder tries to get it into the end zone for 2.
Yeah, the special teams unit for the Colts has been pretty solid all day, so they're going to want that one back. But at the end of the day, 37-15, 4 minutes left, you're in a spot where you're in position to win this football game.
Absolutely. And you know what, as these special teams are switching, we're just going to go and thank again our sponsors for today's game. The school boards here on Superior Catholic District School Board and Algoma District School Board. Freeze frame photos by Bob Davies, Wendy's of Sault Ste. Marie, NCC Pro Shop, Team Essentials, O'Sullivan Funeral Home, Culligan of SSM, Joanne and Jason, Sue Peewee Pro Shop, Gus Pizza, Century 21, J-Team of Joanne and Jason, Algoma Family Services, and True North Radio. Thank you again to our wonderful sponsors for providing an exciting game for us today. Off here, and it's someone different back to return.
Oh,
Wow, what a hit there by, I believe, Jake Damignani.
So,
Another rookie
these are
making
not
himself
bad.
apparent in the league today. That return fielded by number 9, Cade Jones. Nice game, gets the Steelhawks set up.
Damon
26.
Damignani came out like a bat out of hell and smoked him. Just smoked him. We heard that up here.
That was a nice hit there by Damignani, able to shut the Steelhawks out of getting too far upfield. And you know what? It's been a great game here by both teams. Don't let the score fool you, but in the first half, the Steelhawks absolutely had a leg up on the Colts, but the Colts were the team that proved they could react a little bit better, able to shut the Steelhawks out this half so far. Let's see if they can change that here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Colts a little bit of praise here for really cleaning up their act with the not as many flags here the second half, and it's ultimately showed due to the fact of how many more points they've put up this half. Their offense has been clicking a lot better. Oh, now we're seeing that split look.
There it is from the gun, out to number 89, who's blown up.
What a hit!
Catch is
Catch
good.
by
You have
Dominic
an injury
Tulloch.
timeout and a flag on
The
the
hit by
play.
number 33, Che Grangs, and we will have an injury timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here. All right, and we are back. Thankfully, Mr. Tulloch able to walk off under his own power. There is still a flag down on the field.
Dominic
Let's see
Tulloch
what
with the
this
catch.
turns out to
We'll
be
wait for,
here.
the penalty
Possibly a
call.
false start or an offside, and there is another Superior Heights player down on the turf.
Donnie, we were talking about earlier in the game how we've been looking for that split shotgun look for the entire game, and now they bring it out down a lot more than manageable. So I would have liked to have seen that a little bit sooner.
Yeah, absolutely, but you know, here they are, definitely letting Joseph take advantage of his arm and trying to let him make some plays here. I think the adjustment, as you said, came just a tad late, but let's see if he can make something else happen before the end of the game. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left on the clock. Looks like the penalty is going to go against the Steelhawks. It'll back them up to just outside their own 15. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
I need a water.
at this point in that game, in the game, you got to play for almost for pride at this point, but you also have to play for clean football, no mistakes, not sloppy. Go back to the basics, right? And if you're Nick Joseph, show the coaching staff what you can do with your arm.
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph from the gun drops back, finds his receiver over the middle. It's Tatum rushing in. He drops the ball on the ground. It's
Pass to
recovered.
rushing is complete.
That's number 9, Reed
He
Gordon.
drops it as it's
Sorry,
hit.
that's number 10,
Picked up
Dylan
by number
Lashinen
10.
with the fumble recovery for the Colts. It's going to set up first down Korah on the 31-yard line.
That's unfortunate for Tatum Rushing to put the ball on the ground right there, but I'm going to shed some light on by Nick Joseph. That was a great throw.
Absolutely.
Got him in stride, right in the hands.
Yep, good read there by Joseph, able to find his receiver over the middle, and good catch by Rushing.
Dylan Lashinen, number
Hit
10,
hard
comes up with
on the
it.
slant route. Unfortunately, the
First
ball
and
comes
10
up
Korah.
hard for Lashinen, getting out there on the field, able to make himself a play, and looks like we've got some more number 2s here coming in for the Colts, giving them some opportunity later in this game. 3:21 left on the clock. It'll be first down for the Colts from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, let's talk about that Colts defense really showing out this second half after what looked to be a little shaky of a first half. It was good to see them clean it up, and they've ultimately stopped the middle of the football field, which ultimately led to the Steelhawks turning the ball over.
All right, Clark under center. He hands it off. Once again, at number 28,
Good hard
Atherton,
tackle.
up the middle, running angry.
Nice
Brought
play.
down by, looked like D'Angelo.
Nice play by Atherton there,
Maybe a
running.
linebacker, but I think it was just D'Angelo on the tackle for the Steelhawks. It's going to set up second and
D'Angelo with the tackle.
7. No, second and 6 for the Colts.
6 or 7, Don?
No. I didn't do that. That's not how. I will not say that today. That's not happening.
Oh man, that was a good run there by Atherton, getting to the second level.
Gonzalez and Atherton, the backs. Clark under center. Clark takes the ball. He drops back, finds his receiver over the middle, and it's just John Nelms, who tries to adjust for the ball in the end zone.
I like the aggressiveness there by Davian. He also did have the wheel route to the side to, Reed Gordon. I think it was Reed Gordon.
No, that's Gonzalez in the game.
Oh, there's Enzo. We haven't called his name much second half, whereas the first half he was all over the place.
Some substitutions going on here for the Colts, possibly a change of formation. Looks like Leighton, and no, that's McGahee in the game, and some bigger offensive linemen, possibly a run set here for the Colts. Also, looks like number 92, Nicholas LaBeouf, making a little debut at center. Clark under center. He hands it off. That's Gonzalez, makes a cut. He's to the outside. Gets close to the first down.
Thanks,
Brought out of
Laura.
bounds
Gets
by
close to
number
first
20,
down
Cooper
yardage, then she
Gaines.
brought out of bounds by
And it's going to set up fourth down and short for the Colts.
Yeah, when
Another substitution here.
When he gets in space, he's hard to catch up with. I really am enjoying the Colts kind of deviate from the normal ground and pound to letting Davian Clark kind of throw the ball a little bit, get settled in. I know they're up by a lot, but the Colts' normal offense, it's run. So I think the mixing to the pass is kind of just practicing things for next week.
Absolutely, and this is a point in the game where you want to try and possibly expect Clark to drop back here again. Doesn't look like he will. Clark under center. Takes the snap. He opens up. He's rolling out to his right. Hits his receiver. It's McGahee up the sideline. Run out of bounds again. Nice tackle by Cooper Gaines.
Nice little bootleg there on 4th and about 6. And Davian Clark ultimately staying poised, rolling out to his right, and then making a pretty good throw there to McGahee.
Cooper Gaines with the tackle.
Absolutely, and I'd just like to remind everybody to stay tuned, as in about 25 short minutes, we will have our senior Colts, senior Steelhawks, come head-to-head. Both teams undefeated, looking to stay in the win column tonight. Anyways, new set of downs, 1st and 10 for the Colts from the 11-yard line. Clark still the quarterback. Takes the snap, opens up, hands it off, and he's met at the line by Michael Bishop. Brings him down for a loss. Nice play there. That was, I believe, Atherton on the carry.
That was a nice play by Michael Bishop, not falling for the fake, because I fell for the fake up here. I thought the ball was going around the other end to Enzo, but Bishop with a nice pursuit, not giving up too much. Good TFL.
All right, the Colts faced with a 2nd and long here. Clark going to stay out. Atherton, Gonzalez, and McGahee the backs.
Would like to think Enzo Gonzalez is getting this ball in space here.
Looks like
ball on the
back
ground.
to Atherton, ball on the ground. Almost
covers
had
it as
Thomas
he's going down.
Riley disrupting the
68
play in the backfield.
For the Steelhawks, Thomas Riley causing all sorts of havoc in there.
Remaining probably the most dominant lineman of this game.
If you're the Colts here, you just want to stay consistent. You've had a very good half offensively. Don't turn the ball over. No penalties. Just keep it nice and consistent so you can get out of this feeling good.
Absolutely, and as you said, expect McGaughey or Gonzalez here. You want to hit the edge with speed. Clark drops back to pass, and he's hit. Michael Bishop and Tatum Rush coming up with the sack for the Steelhawks. Number 80,
Not one, but
Damon
2
Sharp.
tackles before we
Wonderful
eventually brought
quarterback
down.
pressure
Titans
as
go
well.
almost immediately as the snap happens.
Yeah, that was it's kind of a botched coverage there immediately, as there was no one between Davian Clark and the defensive line.
Absolutely, the Superior Heights defensive line remaining hungry, even though they are almost out of this game now. And the Colts looking to stay on the field for 4th down. Clark getting the play call from his coach. They're talking to Bishop about a decision here to place the penalty. It would be 4th and a country mile. No, it wouldn't. It would be 4th and long.
Yeah, it's 4th and pretty long, but a false start against the Colts there. Steelhawks ultimately decided to decline it because of that big sack.
And the Colts call a timeout with a minute 20
So
left
after
in the
the
game.
penalties applied,
We'd like to
it's
take this final
4th and
timeout
very long.
again.
24
Our
yards,
sponsors.
23 yards.
Do you want to do our player of the game?
Oh, yes. Actually, let's do that instead. Let's do our players of the game. Would you like to announce offense or defense?
I'll do the defense.
All right, you go ahead. You start with the defense.
So for the
Or not defense, sorry. The Superior Heights or Korah.
I'll do the Steelhawks, and
Okay.
for the Steelhawks, I think for the player of the game, it's got to be Dominic Ryan. He's been all over the field, offense and defense. He's been flying around, obviously banged up a little bit this second half, but he's been still putting his heart and soul out there. So you got to appreciate the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Dominic Ryan, a dominant force all over the field today. Special teams, returning a kick, couple tackles on the other side, and offense and defense just, getting his name called. But haven't called it lately. I think he just, it all caught up to him a little bit later in this game. Just still wonderful performance by him today. And before they get the snap off, I'll announce that our Korah Colts player of the game is number 50, Kalen Nels, Mr. Reliable in the receiving game for Clark and Brewer today, also reining in a receiving touchdown. Clark under center, he drops back, and does he look for him again? Kalen Nels, and he catches his second receiving touchdown of the game. Probably over 100 receiving yards today. Kalen Nels with an outstanding performance.
Right on cue.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. I don't think he knew it, but watching that back later, he's going to go, I can't believe I did that.
I think it's underappreciated to say with Kalen Nels kind of not catching a pass this first half, kind of running routes, doing his thing, but then coming in and being an immediate impact in the receiving game, being the wide receiver 1 today.
Absolutely.
It's very underappreciated, and that was a great ball by Clark, as he's kind of all over the place right now as the Colts number 2s are in.
Absolutely, and Kuder out to attempt the kick, Brewer the holder, and Brewer takes the snap, he books it to the end zone, and he's in for the extra point Colts.
Flag on the play.
Taking for 2, but we do have a flag.
Once again, just back to Nels, a rookie, the Sioux Minor football prospect, had a wonderful season this summer, and he's just brought his speed and his receiving talent to the league here, and keep your eyes and ears open for him, as the Colts might come to him earlier in games from now on.
I was holding on Korah right there, so that's not going to count, unfortunately, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't think they care to be up by 30. They're up 28.
Yeah, no, even though I think they're going to spot it down again, they're going to have to do it again.
Really? Oh, they are, yep. The Colts are going to have to attempt the extra point again, and the Steelhawks now may be a little privy to what they're trying to do. Expect them to maybe jump the gun and guess where this is going to go. Although they may have Kuder just kick it and take the point.
I mean, Kuder's been pretty money today kicking the ball. I would just let them kick it.
Absolutely.
Run this clock out and
Steelhawks,
get out of here.
Expect them to come back out in that spread set. And force something here
Oh, shut your
from
hole.
Joseph in his arm game.
Yeah, Kuder's been pretty good today, so kick this ball, get out of here, up, big win, and get ready for next week.
I swear I'm hearing my name. I think I'm going insane. All right, Brewer the holder, Kuder, and it's another fire drill, and Kuder's hit in the backfield by Simon McLean and Michael Bishop. Once again,
So, Simon
former
McLean,
Sioux Minor teammates
Michael
making
Bishop.
a play there for the
Stop the
Steelhawks.
attempt.
Yeah, a little high snap, not much of a chance there, but
Good heads-up play by the Steelhawks to make sure that nothing there happens
43-15.
again. And out will come Kuder and the kicking team. Probably for the final send-off by the Colts tonight.
yeah, if you're a coach, you love to see that. Your players still playing hard, playing with pride, right? Never say die attitude, and I think, especially with the Steelhawks being down big in this game, you need to see that. So
Absolutely. I'd just like to shout out again, as these have been heavy rushing games here. Both offensive lines have had wonderful days blocking up front, and just the running backs all contributing heavily here. All right, back to field is Thorburn, and we've got a new name, number 34 for the Steelhawks. That's Riker Gibbs. I'm not sure if he's related to NFL
Jameer?
player Jameer Gibbs. Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but
I'd love to see a run like Jameer
wonderful.
Gibbs though
I
here.
am sure he can if he's back there to return for the Steelhawks. Let's see what he's capable of here. Kuder to kick for the Colts.
Late substitutions here for the Steelhawks, a little miscommunication.
Making sure they got enough fellas on.
It's a little difficult to block everyone when you don't got enough guys on.
Sending another player on.
Holy.
What's going on here? And Kuder's kick is
Oh,
off.
it's going to Gibbs.
Gibbs. Oh, unable to catch it in the air. It's picked up by Thorburn, who books it to the outside, makes a couple cuts.
Nice tackle.
And he's hit by Gonzalez.
Initially bobbled, picked up by Thorburn.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle there by Enzo Gonzalez with a head full of steam.
5 or 10 yards.
Unfortunate that Gibbs bobbled it. I wanted to see a return.
Injury timeout, I believe.
A Colts player down out. Yeah.
That's
Able to
Jasper
get up.
Chrysler.
Chrysler able to get up and walk himself off. Good to see. And the Steelhawks will have a final attempt here on offense. I'm sure they'll stay in that spread look and give Joseph some more opportunity here to make a play.
Yeah, let him toss the rock around, see if he can make something happen here with a minute to go. As the sun sets here on a beautiful night.
All right, once again, good on the Colts for rolling the depth chart here, getting some more talent out there, giving them some opportunity to play. It's going to be first down for the Steelhawks, and they will stay in that spread look. Joseph in the gun, Clowater and Thorburn in the backs. Using some motion there. Joseph takes the snap, he drops back, airs it out. Intended for, I believe, that's Dominic Tulloch out there, a receiver.
Pass intended for number 89.
Yeah, that was I think every receiver I was watching on that play ran a curl route. So nice job by the corner reading the eyes of the quarterback and jumping up, and even though the pass wasn't right there, being there if it was in his hands.
Absolutely. An absolute heater ball by Joseph, showing off that he can definitely sling the rock. Let's see what he can accomplish here. 2nd and 10 for the Steelhawks.
Little
Joseph
timeout
in
here.
the gun. And we have a timeout with 42 seconds left on the clock.
Would love to see now a stop and go.
Yeah, stop and go.
Oh, air that thing out.
Hook, what's it called? Hook and ladder.
Oh, out of Ben Johnson's playbook, the old hook and ladder. Or?
Gotta get something going.
Fumbledooski?
Run a trick play. Well, I wouldn't run a trick play. We lost the game. There's no point.
Yeah, no.
That's my favorite thing, though. As a Detroit Lions fan myself, I love seeing them pull out something special every week. But without Ben Johnson, that doesn't happen.
Down 28, running a Fumbledooski might be not in the criteria here for the Steelhawks, but you never know.
All right, Colts coming back from a timeout. Steelhawks still in the huddle. Let's see what they call.
Can't believe you're a Lions fan.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Go Bengals.
Okay, man. Yeah, Joe Burrow is not going to do anything because he's not playing anymore.
Hey, let Jake bake.
Oh, God. Okay. Joseph in the gun, Clowater and Thorburn in the backs. Joseph drops back to pass. Finds his receiver downfield, airs it out. throws about a 35
Looking
yard
for
ball.
Cooper Gaines down the
Yeah.
field.
Cooper Gaines, it's going to fall incomplete.
He had Gaines. Gaines had a step.
Ball's incomplete.
Did have a step on the DB. I believe that was number 51, Thomas Abaldi, in coverage for the Colts.
Again, Nick Joseph hasn't thrown the ball all game. It's difficult to then be asked to air out a 30-yard pass on the money, right? You gotta be in a little bit of a rhythm. So
Yeah, he's not very warmed up, but let's see if he can get another completion off here. Joseph in the gun,
3rd and 10.
takes the snap, drops back, finds his receiver, airs it out, intended for number 34, in and out of his hands.
Gaines or Gibbs is already there.
That's Gibbs. Unable to read that one. It's going to bring up 4th and 10, and I say just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, might as well at this point. Riker Gibbs is going to want that one back. I mean, Joseph made a good ball there. Caught him in stride.
Yeah, it's
Unfortunate, but happens.
And the flag comes out. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Colts. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Steelhawks. Set him up with 1st and 10, just outside the 35.
Yeah, you don't like to see it in unsportsmanlike call when you're up by 28 late in this game.
Absolutely, you know, you start to roll the depth chart a little bit, and you don't like to see that happen. Looks like they're going to make a substitution here. In comes Leighton. New set of downs for the Steelhawks. 30 seconds on the clock.
If you're the Steelhawks here, it gives you a little extra chance to kind of move the ball, get a little something in the second half, which it's been hard to find. So, wouldn't mind seeing another throw over the top to maybe Gibbs or even Gaines.
Well, you know, they say also you got to check it down sometimes. Get the ball out short, maybe to one of the backs out of the backfield or an underthrow. Let's see what Joseph does here. Joseph in the gun. Takes the snap. He drops back. Finds his receiver. It's number 83. Makes the catch.
Oh.
Number 83.
Brought down there. That was 51. We just called his name.
Thomas Abaldi. Wow.
Number 83. Lincoln Mancuso on the reception for the Steelhawks. Sets up 2nd and short.
Thomas Ubaldi
Hey.
with the tackle.
Mansuko, good play, and then he even a very strong tackle by Ubaldi. That's a good football play. You like to see that late in a game.
Absolutely. Korah definitely able to lay the hits as their off-season training program certainly coming into effect here in this game.
You able to vouch for that there, Donnie?
I am, yeah.
Korah alum, guys.
Joseph the back, airs it out. In and
Joseph
out of
in and out of the
the
hands.
hands of
We know
Tulloch.
89 and on the
They'll
call.
bring up
Ball's
3rd and
incomplete.
2 here. I'm surprised they don't just run for a new set of downs. However, the clock would continue to run if the player goes down in bounds. Didn't see who's on the coverage there.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I'm going to guess from where they're lined up, it was number 43, Evan Juby. Yeah, I think it was Juby with the coverage.
I believe so too. All right, Joseph in the gun. Takes the snap, drops back, airs it out, and it's intercepted. That's number 40, Thomas Julie for the Colts. Finally run down
Joseph's pass is
by one of the
intercepted.
offensive linemen. And it's going to be a
Believe that
first
was
down
40,
Korah
Thomas
with
July.
10 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, icing on the cake right there. That's nice as a defender. And the game with a pick.
10 seconds
Absolutely.
remaining.
Good for the
First
number 2 to
and
get
10,
out
Korah.
there and make a play for himself today. And Korah will come out and most likely take a knee here. Clark in the game for the Colts.
Yeah, just come out, kneel it, and send us home.
All out of Coke Zero. I have nothing left to drink. He's way quieter than me. Sorry, Yui.
Yeah, Clark's just going to knee this one out.
Clark takes a knee, and ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the game. Colts 48,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the game. Thank you for joining us. 23-15.
You'll be coming out tonight, and stay tuned as in 10 short minutes, the senior Colts here sporting
We're going to pause for a few minutes.
will face off against the senior Steelhawks.
Let the seniors come up on the field. They'll warm
Thank you all
up.
for joining us tonight.
And we're gonna have some great senior action.
We'll see you all in 10 minutes.
Thank you for joining us.